Yeah, it's once it's there, firm with production that you're good.
Why are we doing things so different? Discord was just...
Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die is cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For ire. Indeed.
Alright guys, we're back. It's day 3. 2. Go guys.
That's right. Welcome back, FSL Season 5. We've had pretty few cool games last week. I'm Seth, Joined here by KJ Freedom. How are you, KJ Freedom?
Great. Ready for day 3.
Yeah, we have some good lineup here tonight. Let's just go through the list real quick. We're going to be starting off with a debut of a new player in Code B. We have Fenrir going up against a somewhat veteran now, who's changed his name from Lucky Tiger to now Cloak. So this is our Code B match. I'm expecting Cloak to be the favorite, but I don't know where Fenrir is in terms
Yeah,
of...
no idea.
Yeah, we have no idea. Although it says he's, I think, silver, and so, but we don't know. This is, gonna be exciting to see where he's at. So that's our first game. We're gonna follow it up with 2 Code A veterans, The Archaic and Cyan, and then we're gonna finish it up with Frieden and Hurt in Time. And so that's our lineup for tonight. I think we can go ahead and start with an interview. I'm gonna bring our players up. And...
Yeah. Do it.
Alright, joining us now are both Fenrir and Cloak, aka Lucky Tiger. Welcome, gentlemen. Let's talk to Fenrir first. Fenrir, how are you? And are you excited for your game tonight?
Can you hear this?
We can hear you, but go ahead.
Yeah, you can hear you. Go ahead.
But it's dying in the back. Yeah, I'm feeling like I get this. It's this. It feels like there's something. It's not that doesn't belong. It's very active. Some might call it nausea.
Alright, I don't know if it's just me, KJ Freedom, but I think it gets cut off every...
Yeah, he was cutting
Other
off every few
words.
words. He was
Yeah.
maybe it's his setup. Who knows? But...
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm not. You know.
No, I think it's there might be a gate going on where it's not too, it cuts it off at specific parts. But see if check your settings and see if you can mute the where we are doing the video, the web browser.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that's that already.
While he's setting that up, let's talk to Cloak, aka Lucky Tiger. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Yourself?
Good. So what's with the name change? You used to be Lucky Tiger, and now you're Cloak. And right now, it's hard to see you with the light behind you. You're kind of cloaked. So.
There you go. Lucky Tiger was like the made-up name that StarCraft gave me when you first make it up. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so that's what it's just like, oh, Lucky Tiger. All right, I'll just take it because
I didn't know they did that. What is he
so
talking about, Seth? How do when you first make a game, account?
Yes.
Yeah,
when you first make an account, it will give you a bunch of random names, and you could randomly shuffle and put it together, and that's what happened. I got Lucky
That's
Tiger.
really cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
I guess it's been what, 12 years since I created my BattleNet name, so I don't know.
Maybe that's a new
how
thing
it
they
is since
added.
then.
Yeah, maybe the old days they let you make it from scratch, but this one they they give you suggestions, so that makes
Yeah, that's
sense.
true. That makes sense. And so he doesn't have ownership of it, and it doesn't really reflect who he is. So I guess that's why he changed to
Not
Cloak.
a
But
Lucky
why
Tiger.
Cloak?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to learn how to do random. I guess Cloak will only mean something in the first second of the game. I mean, I tried just something. It
Gotcha.
sounded more, better anyways. Lucky Tiger didn't sound as threatening or okay,
That's
Gotcha.
true. That's
I
true.
was trying to find something.
So one more question. This is your 3rd season, man. But
Is it really?
you just started playing RTS about a year ago. How you feeling now with your StarCraft 2 journey?
I haven't played much as of late. I guess I'm almost seasonal. I like playing with you guys around. I feel all right, good. I'm not as confident as I was the last season. But learning how to play with the other 2 races, that's gone. It really changes things. I feel like I got a lot slower Protoss and not up to speed with the other 2, but I think they all saying you just got to work with make sure your drones and stuff go on. So it's gonna be cool. I think we're gonna enjoy it. I think the season's gonna be a lot.
So with that, you are playing random tonight?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Oh wow.
Either I'm going to choose, but I just definitely want the
Yeah,
option to pick.
You have
Of
the
course,
option
yeah.
to race switch. It's not required.
So,
Let's check
I
with
think-
Fenrir if his audio is back, because his video definitely is there. We can see a lot of fun activities he's doing there. Fenrir, how you doing? You back?
Is my audio clear?
Oh,
yeah,
much better.
much better.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Fenrir,
this
tell
is
us about
dying.
your StarCraft 2 journey. How long have you been playing? How'd you pick it up, etc.?
Wait. I mean, wait, which? I'm not. Oh, you're talking to me.
Yes. Fenrir is your.
Okay.
How do you say your name first of all? Is Fenrir or?
It's Fenrir. It's a mythical wolf in North.
Oh, awesome. So tell us about your StarCraft 2 journey. How did you get started? Anything related to that you want to tell us?
I don't know. I mean, we just in the family we like StarCraft, and I thought it would be fun to play in a friendly environment tournament and everything. And I mean, Instability did it last year, and things seemed to go well. And
There you go. Well, it's good to have you, and good luck today. Why don't you two give your, pre-game messages to each other? It can be trash talk. It could be encouraging words. Whatever you want.
Rated
Fenrir.
PG though. Rated PG.
So you're part of the family with the caster and
Instability.
it's so
That's an SC2 family right there. You better watch out.
it's
oh, ET. I thought you said I was in the family.
ET, yeah, ET and this well,
Yeah. So he's getting
Thanks,
coaching
Mike.
from
Thanks,
ET.
Nelson.
Okay,
Actually,
well, good. Good luck, guys. We're gonna mute and deafen you now.
Well, before we do, you are playing Terran. Is that your race, Fenrir? Or
Yeah, I like Terran. Mainly
Okay, so
because
it's-
of the music.
yeah, Terran music is the best, actually. All right. Well, with that, we're gonna deafen and mute you. Cloak, just accept my invite to the lobby, and then we can get started. We'll talk to you guys after the match. Good luck and have fun.
Alright, guys. So while they're loading up here, look at the map selections. They vetoed Blackburn, no surprise. The big map they vetoed, Pride of Alteris. Curious Minds, a small map, is vetoed, and Berlingrad. So we're gonna start with the most accepted map of all time, 2,000 atmospheres, and then Glittering Ashes, and if necessary, this Hardwire map. Nothing too crazy.
Yep, nothing too crazy. The standard 2,000 atmospheres. Actually, I was working on the other day on trying to put together the stats on which maps are picked, so we can start looking at that. And I bet you 2,000 atmospheres is gonna be way up there.
Great. Okay, well, here you go. We're loading up now for day 3. Always great to watch the new people.
Yeah, and we have 2 new people joining Code B, right? We have Champone, and now Fenrir is debut tonight. But
Okay.
looks like we're loaded in. Let's introduce our players on the top right corner of 2,000 atmospheres. His debut in FSL, the Green Terran. He is
Fenrir.
And he's playing random this season, the bottom left. You used to know him as Lucky Tiger, but that's not really his name. His name is
Cloak.
Yeah, we're gonna need to update his intro because he's no longer.
Well, I did update it to Cloak now, so it's all set. Yeah,
Yeah, and I need-
we made all that change recently.
And I gotta update the spreadsheet to reflect that he's now a random. But yeah, what do we see here? It's a pull first, and it's a scout here for Fenrir. So this is a good scout. Identifies it is a pull first that's about to finish. And so you know what? He identifies that and turns around and goes home. So all right, I saw what I
Oh, he
needed
is.
to
Yeah,
see.
he's prepared. He's gonna be. That's a big
And
deal.
The SCVs are already on route to cover the wall. There it is.
Yeah, but
It's
Cloak
all-
isn't spending his larva. I don't know.
Yeah, I
He
think
looks-
when it's funny because when I said he should be the favorite, I don't know anymore now since he's a random.
He just complicated his life 3 times by having to play 3 races.
But you know what? If this is what gets you to have fun while playing, right? More
It
power
is
to
fun.
you.
Yeah, it is fun to play random though.
It is fun. Yeah, because I remember when there's a 4 links going across the map. He's gonna try to scout. But we were playing basketball the other night, probably a few weeks ago, and then he said, "Oh, by the way, for the upcoming season, I'm playing random." I actually didn't take him seriously. I says, oh, "Okay, yeah," we were joking around, but it looks like he was really serious.
And he's not bad actually, because I like this. He expanded behind this. It wasn't like he was one basing, and there's no command center yet for Fenrir, and he better micro these. Okay, good. He
Oh,
closed it.
nice close there. And you know what? Cloak just turns around. He's not gonna push the issue, and he's making 4 more links though. I'd like that to be more drones instead.
Yeah, probably more drones.
Yeah, and you know what? He hasn't harvested any gas yet, so that means no speed anytime soon. And this is gonna be rough if Fenrir gets a good bioforce and goes across the map here, because he's putting down 2 more barracks, and yeah, this is gonna be a bio push.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Cloak is getting his second gas. He started mining the gas, which is good. He's got a lot of minerals. He needs to make, it's a good time to take his third. But he is making queens. So I'm wondering if he is he injecting regularly? Let's see. All right, the queen actually his energy, her energy is at
It's
50.
decently low, so I mean he is injecting.
Yeah. But yeah, tanks are in production. Yeah,
He's got
No.
gas. Just there's no command center, so Fenrir here is kind of all in if he doesn't expand soon. And,
It is, but if Cloak does not make a Baneling nest, there is no way you can stop a bio push with a ton of Marines. But it doesn't look like Fenrir's just adding on his reactor. So there's a scan. He's making.
Oh, he sees this. Oh, I thought it was a muta, but he makes spores. So Fenrir's like, oh, okay, 2
Yeah,
spores.
He's,
He's like, what
he
is this guy doing?
he probably has had bad experiences with Banshees against Terran.
Cloak
But look at
Banshees, right?
Yeah, look at Fenrir. 5 Marines at a time, combat shields on its way, and I bet you 2 medevacs will be started, although he doesn't have enough gas for that since he's only 1 basing. So, so gonna get a little stunted there in terms of his production of medevacs. But, alright, Roach Warren. Okay. He should take his third though.
Should, but he doesn't really have to because he has 2 base versus 1. As long as he, here's what your goal is, Zerg. Saturate your bases and then make all units. When you see him come out, be ready for it. And spread creep. That's really the main goal there.
Yeah. So yeah, he was droning for a bit. He now layers on its way. Medevacs are on its way. There is the command center, so that's good to see. But so far, he's gonna have to lift it all the way up unless he plans to take the third. Look at Lucky Tiger's vision, right? He puts a overlord. Yeah. So he can see if he expands. So that's good,
Yeah,
good to
he's
see.
got good fundamentals actually. It's not bad. Considering he really isn't a Zerg player for 2 seasons, right? So
Yeah, that's right. I mean, looking at it now, we're still seeing how Fenrir plays, but the one that looked the best so far in Code B is Kitty Cat, the way she played Zerg last game. But let's see how Fenrir fares here. Let's see his push. He loads up and goes around.
yeah, there's a good way because they won't be seen until maybe this Overlord here. And actually it's gonna go past the Overlord as you can see here, but would he be paying attention? That's the thing, right? We don't know.
I mean, even if I was playing that, most of the time I miss that little drop on even though I have Overlord placement.
Look at
so,
this.
So it is a ninja base on
Yeah,
the 3 o'clock location.
he won't see it because there's nothing there. But here's the Overlord should have seen that, but it's Cloak looking.
Yeah, but
He
you know
moves
what?
his
He has
warp-
enough. He does have enough units now. Those are.
Oh, he F2'd. This is.
Yeah, it is F2.
Oh, so he sees
is-
it. There's no reason for you to F2 unless you saw it dropping, a drop coming. So this won't do anything.
Yeah, this won't do it. There's enough Zerg here, and I think he's... No, he's still gonna drop. Let's see.
Oh, I
Lucky
shouldn't
Tiger
have-
is not... Look, there it is. Cloak engages it. There's too much Zerg here. Oh, look at that!
And he spots the
Overlord. He spots it.
Overlord. He's like, uh-oh.
So he's like, alright, never mind. Let me just take my regular natural.
So now Fenrir is pretty far behind, I think, unless... Because, Cloak is getting his third. Stuffed the drop attempt, right? In
Yep.
fact, he lost all his units in that
but look
in the
at-
two medevacs.
Lucky Tiger is gonna go across, but he's gonna sack all of these links.
Don't
there's
sack
really
the
no way-
lings!
Alright, so he's just actually gonna position there.
The thing is, a lot of newer players, when you play Zerg, you kind of feel like your units are, dispensable. So you're like, whatever, let me just throw it. And I like that he didn't throw his units away. He just put a few out there. So that's a pretty mature decision, to be honest.
It is. And look at that. 1-1 coming up for Lucky Tiger. Well, Cloak.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
he is
stop-
upgrading. Cloak
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna
upgrading.
Stop calling him Lucky Tiger. But yeah, Cloak is getting 1-1. He's droning up. And so...
Henry
The thing
really
is-
needs to expand, man. He needs to take that front. I don't think he needs to be scared. He has tanks there. He has mines. He has his big bio. I hope it looks like he's gonna expand at the other base.
Yeah, he is. Cloak is not a Zerg player, to begin with, and he's learning it. But the thing is, he has enough experience with the game to be a veteran, to know what's what. And so his builds might not be efficient, but if you give him time, right, he's gonna drone up, he's gonna get his upgrades, and now Aspire is on its way.
Yeah.
Right, but
Okay.
yeah. Alright, here's a second drop, this time full of Marines. There's 4 medevacs, but
Oh, he
doesn't
didn't pick up the
everything
other.
else.
Yeah, he didn't pick up anything else. So he boosted. He's like, oops, I need to load this. I think so. Gonna load up. Thing about this, Lucky Tiger's like, all right, this dude has not expanded because he doesn't know about this base right here, and he's looking here, waiting. So.
Alright, so there's the 2 medevacs.
Oh, he changed
Kind
his
of
mind about all 4 of them, I guess.
Yeah, actually,
I like
avoided
4
detection.
medevac drops. Honestly, though, 4 medevacs dropping is so strong.
Yeah,
I don't see any baneling nest here. Could get out of hand.
That's right, but they are gonna be finished with the melee and the armor, so that's gonna be 1-1 for the Zerg player, and he is still droning. I wonder if he's just gonna make a ton of mutas here.
I think he has enough unless he single files into this army. His drop. It's gonna get hit by this spore at least.
Yeah, the spore.
Oh,
at least is
nice
in good
positioning. Good positioning.
All right, so he is making
He spotted
mutalist.
it.
Spotted it,
Oh,
but
man.
they are getting killed on its way.
He'll clean it up.
All right, yeah,
But
the
he needs
roaches
to
are
get
here.
out of here because the mutas, man, they're about to pop out. He doesn't know that. Did he see the spire? He doesn't see the spire, so he does not know this.
Yep, so more mutas.
Then he's gonna see. Oh, he saw something. Yeah, he saw.
All right, now the
Like,
mutas are giving chase.
He saw third base too, so he knows he's behind in this game. He kind of took a little bit of time, and the mutas get distracted by the Viking, saving the 2 dropships at least.
Yeah, look, 8 more mutas. I think he's just gonna go ham on mutas, and it's gonna be muta Ling.
Yeah, and Fenrir is not really saturating the bases, so this is not looking good. Time is not on his side because the longer this game goes, the upgrades, the mining, the army size, it's just gonna go in.
Although,
Cloak's
look, 1-1
favor.
for Fenrir's almost done, so at least he's keeping up.
Yeah.
And they're switching to mech now. Look, double factory and double armory.
Yeah, so maybe he'll bring out some Thor seeing the mutas, but maybe that's his plan. I really love for him to take a base, another base, and just kind of get settled.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what Cloak's plan here. It's kind of
There it is, taking a
there's
base.
the base, yeah. Cloak is still not sure. Whoa, that's a lot of overseers. We gotta remind him about the overseers and what.
I don't think he needs that
He's
many.
made 9 overseers.
He just made 9. Maybe he.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he knew what. I wonder what he thinks these are. These are stronger, faster overlords that can detect, or what?
Yeah, well, he just want to make sure he can see the mines and if there are any banshees.
Yeah,
All right,
well,
2 Thors. This is gonna be
yeah, it
dangerous
is
though.
2 Thors. Okay.
Yeah, if he gets enough Thors, yeah, I don't know if Cloak can handle that. But he's taking his 4th. No, that's a macro hatch right in the
No, he
middle
is
of his
taking a
2nd
4th
and 3rd.
base too.
Oh,
He is taking
there
a
it is.
4th,
Okay.
so I like this. You know, the more hatcheries, the better. And then he's taking another base on the left, so that's
Yeah.
6 hatcheries. And then this is great for someone who is banking up a lot of money. And look, he is. So that way you don't have to inject perfectly. You have a lot of larvae, right? If you're just not fast enough with injecting, make more hatcheries. Especially, look at all the money he has. He's not even spent it. 3,000 minerals. The thing is, if Terran gets a nice big ball of stuff and he doesn't have Banelings, which he does not have at all, he's relying on Roach Ling and he's even adding a second Spire. If the Terran has a big mass of stuff, you could lose to it, right? With Thor splash damage, with all these Marines clumped up, there's no Banelings.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the danger part here for Cloak.
Yeah, he is getting his 2/2 for his melee. But all right, he is moving out. Let's see if he. Yeah, he's going to the 3rd. Well, the 2nd that became really. It's really a 3rd.
Yeah,
But
he
he's
doesn't
been
even
mining
know.
there longer.
Yep. There's
but he
defense
can't-
there though, so watch him get annihilated here by these
No,
Thors.
you can't fight that. No, the Thors are just making mincemeat of the Mutas. Mutas fell so quickly. He does
Yeah,
lose
and
one
this is what
Thor.
he's talking about.
Yeah,
He might have forgotten that Zerg units are squishy. And
Alright, but
there's
here are
his...
the overseers.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay.
so he's making corruptors now, but there's what? I guess
He
there's
needs-
only 4 medevacs.
He needs Broodlords, but he's nowhere near the Broodlord tech. He needs a hive. I think he's in big trouble. He doesn't have the right units right now.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna get overrun here.
He's gonna get run over unless he makes non-stop roaches like right now. Roach Ling. Making a lot of lings.
Yeah, but the links are just gonna single file into this big
Yeah,
bio.
he needs Banelings badly.
ball.
So this turn on his head. You know, Cloak had nice macro, but he didn't have the right units.
Yeah. I think that's something we just need to talk to him about after, the match and just give him
Oh, and
some
he's gonna throw
pointers.
it in there, and he can't throw units into this meat grinder here that is Terran.
And they're actually in move command there, so they weren't fighting right away. No, he's not even gonna get one medevac.
74 supply of army versus 22, and he only has lings coming out, so it's just not mathematically possible for him to clean
That's
this
right.
up, right?
Yeah, well, so just like Champone last week, his debut got him his first win as well. Looks like Fenrir is gonna come out with game number 1 up 1-0.
Yeah.
His first victory.
Looking good here. You know, the macro was decent. He chose the right race for it. Macro, but he's got to have the right units. And look,
Yeah.
I don't even think they killed one Marine there.
Yeah, no, this is it for Cloak in game number 1. Hopefully he draws Protoss in game number 2. I'm not even sure where he's at with Terran, so let's just hope it's a Protoss in game number 2. And there's that GG, and up 1-0 is
Yeah.
Fenrir.
Fenrir, nice job. His camera's bugging out, but that is him. And nice win with the right units. Just kind of he expanded late. He fell behind. He lost his first drop, but he came back with a nice push there. Totally wrecked the mutas with those Thors. And then for mass bio, you need some Banelings. You know,
Yeah.
Mass Roach could work if you had all the upgrades and all that, but you really need Banelings, basically. That's the thing. So we're gonna head into game number 2, and the map is Glittering Ashes. And if Cloak ties it up, we'll get into Hardwire. But right now, this is a best of 3. So we'll see what happens here.
Just making sure that he is playing Terran, because Terran is selected. But at the same time, Terran is the default selection, and he did say, "Yeah, I'm ready, ready as I can be." So it is intentionally Terran. So let's start.
All right.
Okay, so he really wants to try out the different races. CVT.
Okay, completely different way of playing, right? That the way that works. So that's the fun thing about playing random too. You get to try out all of them. But anyway, guys, day 3.
Watching FSL Season 5.
All right, let's introduce our players here. On the bottom left of Glittering Ashes, Terran this time, he is.
Cloak.
Okay, yeah, so it's a TVT with our first Terran here, getting his first win in his debut match.
Fenrir.
Is he doing something fun? He's
I
going
think,
the long way. He might be doing a Proxy Reaper build here.
yeah,
You know,
but
here's one thing I want to say. If he's gonna experiment with different races, he might as well go with random. That way, you know, your opponent can't game plan you. He has to scout first.
that is true. I think there was something he planned to do with Terran, and he said, "You know what? I really want to play it tonight. I want to get it, for sure to be able to play Terran." So that's why he selected it. But yeah, I would have, unlike Cloak, if I was playing and I get random, I'm actually hoping not to get Terran.
Yeah, because Terran is, I think, if you're newer to it, is the harder one unless it's your first race. I feel like that's the case.
Well, it was my first race, but it's still the harder one. But look, he's got his gas, and
Man, this is
just Marines.
no, this is just Marine Rush.
yeah.
So I think he's gonna get wrecked here if he doesn't know the counter to this. Because really, honestly, once in a while this catches me off guard too. So I don't expect him playing random to know exactly what to do here. And for you guys that don't know what you're supposed to do, he is not scouting, so he has no idea. It's gonna hit him hard. What's gonna happen is there's gonna be too many Marines. He needs a bunker. You can't hold this, and you have to repair these things, these depots, if possible. But there's gonna be a lot of Marines coming. He might even pull. Yeah, he has at least 2 SCVs with him, causing problems there already. Oh man, he needs to really be ready for this with a bunker. If there's too many Marines, so I mean it's gonna be hard. I just don't see him holding this if he has no experience with something like this, right? This is a rare cheese, I think.
Well, the good thing is he is making a second barrack, so maybe if he's in position, he can have a few pod shots at those Marines first. But looks like he's the one bunkering up.
Yeah, I think this is pure micro. You have to micro perfectly here. You are on the high ground. You have to. Yeah, he didn't micro that first Marine. It died already. The second Marine died right away. He does even it out, but there's still 2 more Marines, and the production here. Actually, Cloak Fenrir isn't sending the other 3 in there. It's just not possible at this point. There you go, right? Because you're not producing enough. And actually, Fenrir is not sending the rest. If he was, this would be over sooner. But I don't see Cloak holding this, right? It's just too much to ask, I think, for some.
It
someone
is,
that's
but maybe if he gets some
Hellions with
here,
perfect
like-
micro, maybe.
Yeah.
Fenrir
doesn't
could
look
be
good here.
rallying though his army. He's not rallying, so that is giving Cloak a chance.
Yeah, he's just losing too many units here. But it is. Wait, it's a Widow Mine, so it'll get its shot off. Maybe it'll do splash damage enough to make those Marines fall faster. But
Yeah, and this doesn't matter too much in this game, but also Cloak is mining too much gas, right? He does have a lot of
Yeah.
minerals, so it doesn't really matter. But as far as the build, it's just not.
all right,
working out. Let's see him.
Does he get
He
it? Yep.
knows.
He actually gets it in time, so he's not gonna be
He
bum
needs a
rushed
tank.
here. Yeah, he does need a tank, but that's...
Look at
No, it's
Fenrir.
gonna
He
get...
finally
No,
gets orbital.
no! He moved up his mine and got
Oh,
picked
he
off,
moved
so...
it. Oh, I missed that. But hey, if you move it, it gets shot. You just need to get one thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Good luck, have
that's really
fun,
gonna do it
but
for this.
GG. Yeah, so he needs to know how to deal with this, and unfortunately, he lost that game rather quickly. So, GG, let's talk to our players here.
You put me up against them.
GG,
Oh, thank-
Cloak,
Mm.
GG, and congratulations, Fenrir. Let's first talk to Cloak. So, it really shows that you're not used to the other two races yet, right?
Oh yeah, definitely Zerg. Definitely Zerg.
Yeah, because there was a really good macro. You had a good economic setup there for Zerg. The only problem there was that you just didn't have the right units to battle the Terran force, right?
Yeah.
And so, how often have you been playing Zerg, and how often have you been playing Terran?
Well, like I haven't played it in a while, but when I first started to switch them up, playing Terran and then Zerg, I played Zerg less than the other two, for sure. Not a whole lot, but I mean, like ever since like the last season ended, I kind of just jumped to go try to learn them. But that was back in the summer, early fall.
Gotcha. And unfortunately, we really didn't get to see your Terran to its fullest because you kind of got cheese and rushed there with a double proxy Marine rush. But do you feel really comfortable with Terran in the mid to late game?
I feel better with them. I'm still. I said the front beginning game, but right mid game, that's probably where I'm great at. With them thus far, I'm much more comfortable with them than what I am with Zerg. So yeah, I think I could really get good with Terran. But with them, that could be a drawn out battle with that race. Like it just sometimes take forever. And I'm just like, look, I don't got no 45 minutes an hour to play this.
That's true. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see your Protoss this time, but hopefully we will in your next game. So keep practicing. Let me know if you want to work on certain things or you want to practice, get some pointers. But we want to congratulate here Fenrir going 2-0 in his debut. How do you feel? First of all, and congratulations, by the way.
Thanks. Wait. Okay, I missed part of that sentence. My audio's a little cranky, but
It's fine.
I think I won by blind luck, as Warfield puts it at one point in the campaign.
You think so?
I mean, I was
don't
really
think so.
just hoping that I'd win there. I was really worried the first game because I always push off the Zerglings and then the Banelings come in. That's what I was expecting, which is why I just crashed my economy turtling so hard.
Yeah, that's the one
I
thing
was
he
really
didn't
afraid
make.
of.
You know what they say, good things come to those who are the ones who initiate it, right? Who dictate the tempo. And I think you're the ones who did that for both games. And so, you you can call it blind luck, but I think you're the one who got aggressive, and that's why you got both those victories. So congrats. Everybody, Kedja Freedom, do you have any questions?
Yeah, the other thing they say is good things come to those who wait. And you waited a little bit to expand, right? And it kind of tricked him. He probably like, what is going on? So it looked good. And, players are going to study your games, right? They have the VOD. So just know that they'll play for your style. So, but it looks pretty cool. Right now they're trying to figure you out. So how are you going to go through each matches? Are you planning some different builds, or are you just gonna play how you like? What are you thinking of?
I'll act like my builds are similar to my action in the dark. I kind of wave my hands around and find what might hurt me and avoid it.
Got it. All right. Well, it'll be fun. It's Code B, so there's a lot of things to. Actually, chaotic games are awesome in Code B, so that's that might just work out great for you. So congrats again on your debut.
Congratulations. Yep, and we look forward to seeing you in future. I think your next game is not until February 16th against Kitty Cat Gamer. So that's a battle of 1-0 players here, and we look forward to it. Congrats.
Yeah, he's got a while, so
So,
looking at
Yeah,
Cloak
so-
did really well cleaning up that drop. The first drop I sent in, I wasn't even paying it any attention, and then Cloak just massacred me there. I didn't really.
Yeah, he had a good set of units. He actually was very attentive, and he saw the drop and reacted accordingly. And you know that was one of the good things. He also was doing well in upgrades.
Oh yeah.
It's just that it's just that when the Thors came out, and the Marines and Medivacs accompanied them, there was just no answer for it.
Yeah, he
have
didn't
the
know
right
to
unit
make
comp.
just lots of roaches or something. And banelings, so. But I'm sure he'll watch the VOD and he can improve from this, so. Anyway, guys, great chatting with you, great watching with you. We'll see you guys on the next one.
All right,
Thanks for having me.
GG's.
And Cloak's economy was certainly better than mine was.
But it's about winning the game, so good job on that. And we'll talk to you. Let's bring up the next set of players, but I'm gonna move them down to Team 3.
Alright, see you guys.
All right, that was cool. Let's get the next game ready.
Yeah, the next
Actually,
game while we're loading.
This is actually
Code
gonna be
A.
pretty interesting because Code A is gonna be the Archaic and Cyan.
Oh yeah.
But like Lucky Tiger, the Archaic is wants to and is planning on. I don't know if he's gonna go through with it, but he is planning on playing Terran on the first map. So we'll see how that goes. But let's just bring him in and we'll do an interview.
Yeah,
Joining us now are both Cyan and the Archaic. Let's start with Cyan.
Yeah, I don't see him
how
on
are
camera
you?
yet. Is he loading on camera? I don't see them yet.
Oh, okay. So Cyan, make sure you join the. We still join. Yes.
Get him to load up.
Alright,
There
well-
he is. I see him now. Good old Cyan is here.
All right. Let's interview Cyan. Cyan, how are you? And what have you been doing to prepare for this season?
I am doing good, and I haven't prepared at all. I've played a few tournaments here and there, but nothing where I've actually had time to like sit down and grind out games with, you know, everything going on with the kids and
Yeah.
Yeah, we
and
can
school
see
and
that in the
work and
back right
everything.
there.
Yeah, it's just nonstop.
Yeah, looks like your kids are more prepared than you, and they've been preparing and they've been playing well, especially Kitty Cat Gamer there. So, and let's ask the Archaic, who I think he's on his camera as well. The Archaic, how are you, and are you prepared for tonight's matchup?
I'm pretty prepared, I'd say, I guess. I haven't practiced that much, but I can say I've practiced a bit.
Okay. Any questions, KJ Freedom?
Do you guys know how each other plays? Did you watch the VODs at all? Anything to prepare on this?
Just what I know from last year. I haven't really spent too much time watching his games, except for what was in FSL last year.
Neither have I. I haven't really studied.
Okay, well, I guess we'll see what happens. You guys are going to throw stuff at each other and see what sticks.
Alright, so with that, we're gonna mute and deafen you. Good luck, have fun. We'll talk to you after the match. Alright, KJ Freedom, you're gonna be casting this solo.
Right?
And
that.
I think we're good.
Yeah, just to show the maps they selected. Take a look at that really quick while you guys are right there, the maps, guys. And the game is loaded, so let's go to it now.
You are watching FSL Season 5.
And wow. Actually, if you guys don't know, this guy right here is usually Protoss, but he selected Terran?
The Archaic.
Okay, well, Good to see different races tonight. Both games, man, just been surprises as far as the race selections. And here in the top left, we know him as Protoss, and that's his main race. He is
Cyan.
Hey guys, you put to the test here because you know Cyan is pretty decent against Terran as far as I've seen, and the Archaic is usually a Protoss player. However, that insight of knowing how Protoss plays may help the Archaic. We will find out. He has getting double gas, so the Archaic is going to be aggressive. With some tech build probably. Maybe mine drops. You know, so that's what typically, you know, Terrans would be doing if they're getting double gas. Trying a fast mine drop or something. Protoss usually would be getting his expansion though too, but he's getting a faster gas. And no expansion just yet. Archaic just hanging out here to see what's coming out. Hoping maybe Cyan forgets about it.
Not the probes.
And Cyan does scout and he knows what's up. But he is trapped now and he will lose that probe. So yeah, we have something kind of aggressive here. In fact, there's a reactor here probably to swap into this guy. Maybe make Hellions or Widow Mines. We'll see. But right now, I'm going to start with 2 Marines. But, you know, the Archaic seeing no expansion here. Typically, you would want the Protoss to expand. He's going on 1 base right now. Really aggressive, guys. Both of them are 1 base. And yeah, I don't really know what's gonna happen here. Both of them are okay. Never mind. Cyan does take his base. I think you can take your base though. Anyway, as Protoss, you don't. You know, even if Terran's 1 basing, you really can take a 2nd base. So yeah, there's no reason not to. But this is a 1 base play. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be a tank push. It's not a main mine drop or anything. The SCV does see the scout, with the scout, the expansion. And yeah, it's gonna be a tank push. Sending Marines already. Which, you know, it's not a lot of Marines. There's only 6 Marines and an SCV. Is he trying to get there and put a bunker? I don't think that's gonna work. Because there's gonna be at least 2 Stalkers with Micro here. Can take care of that. And, you know, Warp Gate about to finish. Okay, I think he's just gonna hang out here, I guess. Alright, he's gonna do a slow tank push. Maybe put a bunker here. The tank, oh, he didn't rally the tank out. So it's gonna be a little late. There, he finally moves it. So, oh, he picks it up. Very good move there to hurry it on along. Cyan really needs an Immortal and then shield batteries here, because he's gonna get caught off guard with this tank push. Contain. But make no mistake though, Terran needs to do a lot of damage. Minimum kill this base because he doesn't have a base of his own. But here's the nice position on the tank. Cyan has no idea right now. And there he is. Now he sees it. Cyan has 5-6 Stalkers with Micro. You can kind of help feel that he really needs a shield battery though. And he kind of neglected getting that shield battery. And he's taking shots from the tank. Oh, that one. He needs to Micro that one. Why he's moving back up. But, you know, this one Stalker is at the front ready to die. Really send that back. But he's not doing anything yet here. This Stalker is right at the forefront of that attack. But this is good targeting. He targets the medevac. Very weak. Good repair here for the Archaic too. He needs shield batteries and he finally will add one too. I wish he did that earlier because this gets infinitely harder. If he can kill this medevac though, that's a big deal. He's trying to do that without getting the shot from the tank, but there's another set of... is there another tank? No tank yet. Oh, he almost got that medevac. That's really the battle here. You kill that medevac, and you're in good shape. Especially with this heal, you know, the shield battery. Okay, shield battery's done now. Can actually take this fight. Ooh, I think he could have taken a shot there. Our second tank comes in though. Oh man, this is really tough. Cyan has the advantage the longer this takes, right? But he's there. He finally gets rid of the medevac. No more healing for these Marines. Meanwhile, the two tanks are shelling these stalkers. He activates the shield overcharge. He cannot let this bunker finish. Oh, and there's a Liberator. You gotta focus on the Liberator first. Yeah, there you go. He does cancel the medevac. He made 2 observers. There's 3 observers. This is a big mistake, actually. He should have made, you know, immortals. Instead, he makes 3 observers with that robo. I don't know why he did that. That's a very big mistake, because, you know, all that time, and he missed micros there. All that time, he could have made. Oh, and he could have killed this tank too. It's kind of weak. But, you know, he would have had 1 or 2 immortals, but instead he has 1 immortal just now making more warp gate. Warp gate's coming. Not bad. There's no healing on these Marines, so that's good for. Oh, actually, as I say that, there's the medevac here to come, right? A lot of stalkers. I think he has another overcharge too. The problem is that tank shelling at him. He has more gateways gonna finish up. He really needs that immortal. I think he can save this base. He needs to keep chronoing here, and he's not doing that right now. He did research blink first, which he used to kill that first tank. He activates the overcharge, and he's not using it. But anyway, here we go. The tank is back. There's 2 tanks now. He has an immortal, and he really needs that immortal shooting at the tanks. He's taking a bit of time. The tank, the immortal is not joining the fight. He's microing this a bit, actually. There's no other immortal coming out for Cyan. But here's he focuses. He's taking shots. That's the thing with this, right? He already used his overcharge, and I think he's gonna run out of army. I think he just mismanaged this, but you know, he's still alive because he's been mining from this base, and this is very all in for the archaic, right? So, you know, as of now, he's still alive, but man, he really needed to kill. He could have killed the tanks, and he could have had 2-3 immortals by then. And personally, I like charge instead of blink on something like this. Those are the few things I would change in the way he played. Because I think he could have held this. Unfortunately, this squeeze is on for the Terran, who is still on 1 base. So if he somehow cleans this up, it's possible for Cyan. But Cyan does, you know, did he finish? Yeah, he finished charge. And this charge army is good. So here it goes. The blink down. That's a lot of charge lots. So maybe he'll clean this up after all. We'll see. Nice micro hiding in the bunker. If he can kill the tank, he can kind of regroup. Oh, good pickup. Archaic's showing some impressive micro. Cyan also doing his own micro. These charge lots are pretty good against Bio. And this tank is very weak. If he kind of somehow he does kill it. Nice, because the tank moved in, and that resets this, guys. And remember, Cyan has been mining at the other base. I guess, you know, maybe it's still a little bit Terran favored here, but it's, you know, he's back in the game. Protoss is. Oh, some good micro. He could not get out though. What a game, guys, for these two. But if I was Cyan, I would not push in here. You need to reestablish your base, and that's what he's doing. Good job there. You know, the other thing is you have the Twilight tech. You can make a Dark Shrine, right? Anyway, he's going to push in here. I don't advise this because he does not have the army, and he's just giving this army away, and he realizes that. He retreats with his stalkers for a little bit here. And the Archaic actually has the money to get another base, but I think he may just float down. Oh, he's gonna do a drop. This game, man, everyone is so aggressive. Well, the Archaic is so aggressive in this game. Cyan's gonna loop around looking for something else, but this big drop here could be lights out. He doesn't have a shield battery in the main, and oh no, he needs to warp in. Cyan has no money, guys, and look, the tanks are sieged. Sorry, there's 2 tanks are sieged. I don't think he has enough here. He just does not have enough and no money. I think this is gonna do it. Game 1. That one is gonna go to the young one. Yeah, and that game, man, was nuts. Honestly, I think, you know, there's some missteps there by Cyan. He could have taken the base earlier. Right? You can definitely take the base earlier. And he needed the shield batteries in the beginning. You really need that first. The other thing that he kind of should have done is not make 3 observers from his robotics facility, right? He should have made at least, maybe if 1 observer, fine. Then make and chrono out the immortals. And then, of course, just my preference, right? Charge lock rather than blink stalkers. But we're gonna head on to the next map. And the next map is Blackburn. Ooh, guys, that's the map that usually gets vetoed. So we're gonna get to see that one. So that's gonna be cool. So loading up now to Blackburn. There's a gold base there for each side. It's gonna be cool to see.
You are watching FSL Season 5.
Alright, taking game 1. But now he is back to his good old Protoss.
The Archaic.
He's even better as Protoss, so just saying. That's his main. And on the right, you know, maybe this will favor the original Protoss that he is.
Cyan.
Alrighty, we'll see. One thing I like to see is, do these guys pay attention and not run into the slow zone? The Archaic doesn't pay attention, he just kind of sends it. So that tells me that, you know, he's kind of focused here. This is like a small skill check, and same thing for Cyan. There you go. They're not paying attention enough, or they don't have enough APM to pay attention to that part. It's a minor thing, but I like to see it, and they're like, because the pros don't do that. Not to saying you're a pro, but oh, he backs up. What's he doing there? Yeah, good scouting here. Sees what's going on here. The Archaic, first gas. Cyan doesn't check the gas just yet, but he wants to see if he can block it, maybe. The Archaic is looking for some cheese. Yeah, I don't... That's what he's doing. Cyan's following him, but he really needs to check the gases. He's not checking the gases, right? Well, I guess... Yeah, he didn't see anything here. But now he will. Meanwhile, the probe... Oh my gosh, the Archaic stole the gas, guys. This is patented, the Archaic. And the Cyan loses his probe. Oh man, you know, he doesn't look sharp right now, Cyan. So, Cyan gets his gas stolen. He loses his probe. But not a good start. However, he does see at least 1 gas. He didn't even see the second gas, so it's tricky. This is tricky, guys. You know, both of them choose to get their structures on the top or at the bottom, aka the max packs build. But, you know, a very minor thing. Cyan does make a Zealot to clear that off faster, and he expands, so that's beautiful. Although his is later. So in this game, I would say the Archaic is up in terms of position, except the workers, which is odd because Cyan lost a worker, so, you know, he still has the worker lead. Cyan follow-up scout looking good. And let's see. The Archaic on top of that, getting rid of that Probe Scout, which Cyan sees how far ahead his Nexus is. Now the Archaic is caught up in Workers. But Cyan's macro is looking pretty good now. Right? Despite falling behind in the Nexus Wars. He opts for Robotics first. Alright, the Robotics facility. Meanwhile, the Archaic gets Twilight and a third gateway. Now, if I was Cyan, I'd get that shield battery out as fast as possible, right? Because look, it's just natural for the Archaic to get a shield battery. He could have used the shield battery on that tank push earlier. But he didn't do that. And, okay, so Cyan does add his own Twilight. Blink it is for the Archaic. And a Hallucinated Phoenix Scout is coming. Good job paying attention. And look, this time he pays attention to not run into the slow zone. So that's looking good. Let's see if he spots the Twilight and the... And this is his hallucination. Looking around, seeing, what you got? You got a Robo. Looks like he's going to miss the Twilight. Unless he goes back now. Yeah, he misses the Twilight in the back. You know, there's no Robo for the Archaic. If, and actually, there it is. He's finally making it. I was going to say, he could rush the DT and just go in. Sometimes, you know, you see Protosses get the Robo, and then they just lose. Oh. In the PvP, I've seen that quite a bit. Cyan, despite having a later Nexus, has the worker lead again. So this is another thing that keeps, you know, that makes it different, right? You can see the difference in these players. You know, the Archaic's looking really good with all the other things, but he doesn't make probes as consistently as Cyan. Although he has a third base already going up. Cyan needs to scout again. He hasn't looked there in a little while since the beginning, the second probe, I mean. Oh, and a lot of gates here. Charge lot for Cyan. I like charge lot. Charge lot is just a beautiful upgrade, guys, especially in the lower levels, right? Because they're just so much stronger. Blink requires, you know, better control. So I think it's better for many top level players to go first. But at the, you know, the lower level, charge lot is just great. And Cyan goes and gets caught in the slow zone again here, but he is scouting, so that's that. And the Nexus is up even before the Cyan's Nexus is even warped in, so that he's definitely behind there. Cyan does see... No, he doesn't even see the expansion. Oh my gosh. But you know, he expands anyway. See that? He doesn't see the expansion, but he decides, you know, I'm going to expand anyway. But let's see. Infrastructure-wise, you know, this is the game, this part of the game where Cyan's like getting more comfortable, right? His macro is kicking in. But let's not, you know, let's not assume the Archaic's macro is not as good, right? We'll see. It's not bad. It's pretty close. In fact, now he's caught up on the workers. Well, I mean, that's partly because he has another Nexus producing. So, double upgrades for Cyan. Meanwhile, none for the Archaic, so that's another big deal. The Archaic has not sent a hallucinated scout in a while. You know about these double upgrades? Oh, there's the hallucinated scout. I just flew under my nose. I missed it. But he does see everything. He sees his third base is a lot faster. So there's that. Get ready for the fight, guys. You know, eventually one of them's gonna pull the trigger and just go for it. And one of the signs of that is all these warp-ins of pylons for Cyan, who's making Dark Templar 3 pylons. He doesn't have a warp prism though to push for an attack, so maybe not. Look at that, Cyan. And caught up again in workers. So yeah, there's something there for sure. You know, that that the Archaic can improve on is the workers. The Archaic does add the Templar Archives, and he gets his own double forge for upgrades. But he is not upgrading just yet. But look at how cool this forge is. There's some writing on that forge, and some sort of writing. It's not hieroglyphics. It's Protoss something maybe. That's the skin that he has. Meanwhile, Cyan's at the normal 20th anniversary one. Never mind, it's the 20th. Cyan does get the gold, and Cyan has Dark Templars. Yeah, there you go. There's no detection here yet, so if he had sent all 3 of them, man, maybe he could have done a lot of work. You know, the Archaic is moving out in the middle of the map. He gets slashed, and he is prompted to go back. Yeah, he kills the Dark Templar. There's still 3 more up here, or maybe it went back. Yeah, it went back. It didn't die, so he still has those same 3. It delays his attack. You know, the Archaic was looking to attack, actually. The one thing, though, is Cyan isn't actively... He's expanding, but he's not actively warping it. As I say that, he does do it, and he has Dark Templars. Beautiful. He is going to convert them to Archons. Even better, because he knows there's detection now. And, okay, this might be the fight we've been waiting for. Oh, man. There's no shield battery here. You know, I think you always want to have a shield battery by your base, and you can fight by it. It's a big deal. The gold finishes up, so the longer this goes, the better it is for Cyan, who has the worker lead and the army lead here. And I think he has the upgrade lead as well. Here's the big fight, guys. Archons are here. There's another Immortal. There's a Prism. He can do micro. He has Dark Templars. But, you know, his army is so much stronger. Look at that. He has 1-1. Crushes this army. Part of it, anyway. And, yeah. The Archaic is forced to retreat. And he has a gold base. This is a great game for Science so far, guys. Saturating now. He has a 50 worker lead. In fact, he's going to push. He's like, you know, I have a Prism. Let's go dance. This could be Revenge of the Cyan right here on this counter push. Charge lots are great against Stalkers. There are shield batteries here. A shield battery here with overcharge and cannons. But is that enough? I think Cyan thinks it is, so he backs off. Did he lose his... I think he lost his observers, too. So, these DTs... Well, never mind, there's a cannon there. But these DTs... Oh, never mind, there's a cannon there, too. But, you know, the army here is just so strong for the Cyan. He's already got 1-1, right? His upgrade is there. 4 charge lots. There's 4 Immortals here. I think it's only a matter of time. He's getting raised down here, too. And there you go. He ties it up. We're going to game 3, guys. You know, I'm actually kind of surprised that that game was like heavily in favor of Cyan, given he lost to his to the Archaic's Terran. But then again, I think Cyan just didn't know how to handle a 1-base push properly, right? One of the big mistakes there was not making Immortals or getting charged or even a shield battery up front, right? So that might be it, and we'll see. I mean, that's looking good for Cyan that game. He's gonna feel a lot better about it, and we'll see what the Archaic does in this game 3. Is he gonna stick to Protoss or what? We'll see. But yeah, it's a tie game, and you know we are gonna go into Hardwire, the deciding map. We shall see what is gonna happen here. You guys ready for this? I'm ready for this. Alright, guys. We have a PvP in the bottom left. He ties it up.
Cyan.
And on the top right, sticks to his main. The young one.
The Archaic.
Okay. It's looking good for Cyan. His Protoss versus Protoss looks pretty strong. Macro-wise, I feel like the Archaic should just cause some problems. This is probably where Cyan starts to falter. But when you leave him alone, he looks pretty good. He look really good in that map. Both of them do the early scout. There's no cannon rushing going on. I think it's a pylon scout for each of them. The Archaic see what's going on. He will see the gas situation. Cyan, like, doesn't ever go check the gas, which I'm really surprised. He kind of goes up there, but it never checks the gas. You know, it's another tell, right? You want to see. I mean, I guess he only cares about the front part here, but you definitely want the gas. There's no reason. Free scout. You're there, you might as well check. And oh my gosh, once again, the Archaic steals the gas for Cyan. I know it didn't work out the last time because Cyan won anyway, but it's still a pain. Oh, and look at the position of this rogue here for Cyan. If he was trying to do some sort of Void Ray cheese, well, he can't do it now because his gas got stolen. So he is making a Zealot to clean up that refinery. And Cyan is gonna check and see that the Archaic did get, a faster expansion. And now he's actually gonna go in the base and you see one gateway. He still doesn't check the gas by anything back there. I mean, you never know. There might be some stuff back there, right? So he just does not go deep into enemy territory, it looks like. But he will clean up this stolen gas assimilator here and finally take that gas that he's desperately need. The Archaic has had this Nexus warping in for a very long time. If you are Cyan, you know that, but you're not expanding yourself till now. So it's very late expansion, honestly. You could have taken that a lot earlier. The Archaic does see it, that it's so late. And Cyan supply blocked, guys. Oh my goodness, things are not going well for him. Can't make any units. Supply block, guys. I mean, he's had a nice start with the supply, but because he still has the overall supply advantage. But this is gonna show up. He finally makes a pylon just now, but it's very late. Second gateway here and third gateway here for the Archaic. Stargate for Cyan, which I love. Stargate and Robo, wow, both of them. As if he had the gas to do it, right? That's the funny thing. Not like he wasn't gas stolen. Oh, look at that. The warp gate is just starting, and while the Archaic's warp gate has been done, man, Cyan is just way late on everything. This is just rust or what? I have no idea. He doesn't have a shield battery here either, so if some reason the Archaic pushed him, he would have been dead by now because he never scouted the back, right? But if there's 3 gateways here, warp gate's done, boom, they push across the map. But lucky for him, the Archaic is really just chilling like a villain. But look, Cyan makes a robotics bay and a Stargate, but it doesn't really use them for a while until just now to make a Void Ray. So his timings are a little off. And in fact, he gets another Stargate, and he's gonna need another gas to support that much gas-intensive units. The Archaic is really good at scouting, and he's gonna see it. Yeah, he sees both Stargates. Oh, he's like, oh, you're going air? Yeah, he knows. Go air, and he counters that by getting his own Stargate. 2 Stargates, in fact. Alrighty. Void Ray is out. we'll clean up this pesky hallucinated Phoenix. More Void Rays here for Cyan, who is now behind in supply. But just like the first game, you know, even though the Archaic gets his Nexus out faster, worker-wise, it's Cyan that makes workers pretty fast. In fact, he gets his very first, this is the first time he's actually ahead over the Archaic in terms of expanding or some tech stuff, right? So this is really good for Cyan. He's like, you know what? We'll take initiative and expand faster than the Archaic. There's still no shield battery here. That's something that's desperately needed. It's a big deal, guys. Shield battery is huge. You play Protoss, make one at each base. And look at the Archaic. No shortage. It has at least 3. Yeah, going on, guys? Let's see. The big move out though for the Archaic. He's gonna force the battle, and there's no shield battery for Cyan. Oh man, he really needs shield battery, guys. But he does have 5 Void Rays. There it is. You know, the Archaic has enough on the ground, but the air, I'm not quite sure. But he will raise this expansion, I think. The big attack. He's gonna try to kill. Makes him retreat, however. Now, the Archaic's not sure he wants to take this battle. He backs off. Force Field says, no, you're not chasing me. But then he goes down anyway, which is kind of odd. Still no shield batteries for Cyan. Man, this would be easy hold. Get his own shield battery. Just one. Okay, we'll find out. You know, I think Cyan spent his overcharge. But he does win the air battle. He's got another Void Ray out. And I think he has enough, Void Rays here. But he will lose the ground battle, but the Void Rays will prevail. And will he save this base? I don't know. I think, yeah, he's going to lose the base. It's a trade out. Okay. But this will be a very easy hold for Cyan. You're just one little shield battery. I'm going to keep saying that, guys. Hopefully he watches this VOD. But he is, he's ahead. Because he's got carrier tech. He has the supply advantage. The Archaic does get his 3rd, so Cyan can remake his, and he's doing that now. Also, Cyan has +1 upgrade. So that's a big deal. Yeah. And Cyan's adding that Void Ray speed now too, which is going to be annoying. The Archaic is sticking to Void Rays and charge, mostly. Right? Yeah, the Archaic takes the supply lead. There's the first carrier out, which can cause problems. So by the way, when you attack the other guy and he has a carrier, sometimes your guys just shoot these stupid interceptors, right? You kind of have to, micro and just really target the carrier itself, not the interceptors that shoot out. So that's another thing that adds a little hiccup into the battle if you're not paying attention. That's an advantage for the Cyan here, who is kind of sharking around, seeing if there's an attack coming, but there really isn't. The Archaic has now 4 Stargates of production. Eventually, he could overcome and take the lead. But 4 Stargates of production, he doesn't have that much money to make them, so he's not using them. They're kind of useless too, right? Not producing 4 times as much. Not, because he doesn't have the money for that. Yeah, you can see, look, even struggling to get 2 producing, much less. But meanwhile, Cyan is fully upgrading. air attack number 2, and you know, does add a third Stargate. What is the Void Ray count? We got 8 Void Rays for the Archaic. Cyan has his own 8 plus 2 carriers. So yeah, advantage Cyan. But a 4th base for the Archaic, and he's going to send the Hallucinated Phoenix to see what exactly is he dealing with. What is it that you do here? I mean, no, what is it that my enemy has? And he knows carriers are in play. Alright, that's a good scout. The Archaic's like, You know, one thing, the Archaic has 2 shield batteries. He has the advantage. 4th base now for Cyan. So, hopefully Cyan doesn't attack into here, because that's a big difference. Cyan has the upgrade lead, though. That's one thing that he's really on top of. He does have a 3rd Stargate, and he's producing off of them pretty consistently. And you can see here, you know, the Archaic really kind of isn't, right? Although he does have... How many Void Rays is that? Is that like 11 or 12? But it matches Cyan's, who has two carriers in a oh, he has 3 more carriers, and he has 1 Tempest. The Archaic's about to max out. I think his army is bigger in terms of, look at all these Zealots on the ground. He has an Archon. Okay, so that can change things, especially if Cyan attacks into those shield batteries. I was Cyan, you know, you have a primarily an air army. You can kind of go around and attack, avoid the ground units. Look, Cyan just does not make shield batteries, period. I don't think he knows they exist, so I think he's still playing the early Legacy of the Void before the shield batteries were, right? Were they even in Legacy of the Void beginning? I don't. And you know, Cyan has +2, and he's got a mothership coming out. Looking good in terms of air. He has the air dominance, that's for sure. Unit-wise is 11. Oh, look at that. 15 Void Rays now for the Archaic, but there's 5 carriers, so you're gonna have to micro that. He does have 4 Archons. Oh, yes, he makes shield batteries. Look at that. He's very sparing on them. These 3 other carriers are about to pop out. Will they pop out in time for this big attack? That is the question. Oh, he's out of position. The shield batteries. Oh, he pulls that thing. He has a mothership, and there's no detection here? Yeah, no detection for the Archaic. I don't think he can fight without detection, the Archaic. Yeah, he has no detection. No detection for the Archaic, so cannot take this fight with this air golden armada by Cyan, because he can't even kill him, man. The only thing he sees, the mothership. Look at this is what he sees. How are you supposed to kill that? And he's getting wrecked right now by these interceptors and the pot shots by the 1 Tempest. Cyan is maxed out, and now he's gonna accumulate money. Here it is, guys. And he, you know, the Archaic does make an Oracle because he really needs it. He's gonna fight at his shield batteries. This will determine the game. Oh, loses the mothership. Oh man, the Archons are getting really good shots. I can't tell who's gonna survive here. Oh, the micro. Oh man, I think Cyan. Oh, he went over the 3 Archons. That was the difference in the game. And you know, he doesn't have. Oh man, I think he kind of bungled that. However, he does have 3 carriers. He has slow lots. He has no shield battery here. He needs to fight by the shield batteries. He has none here. He doesn't have as much money. What is going on in this, guys? Okay, he's gonna add Void Rays to his fleet. He does have +3 coming out also. It's about to finish, actually. Will the Archaic wait? This is not the spot to fight. I mean, of all places, This part, he doesn't have cannons nor shield batteries. However, he does have these carriers and void rays that prevail. +3 is about to finish. So yeah, this is back and forth. I think Cyan now is back with the advantage. What a game so far. I really would love for him to put a cannon here at a minimum, or just one shield battery. And this is where he's fighting. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna fight right here, where there's nothing. But he has, his army is better now, I think. With, well, let's see. Let's take a look. Army size: 10 carriers versus 6 void rays. I'm sorry, 10 void rays versus 9 void rays and 2 carriers. Yeah, quite. Science army is ahead. He also has the air upgrades, you know. Even has the shield upgrades. So, but the archaic is getting another base. Same with Cyan. So wow, this game, guys, it's gonna go down to the wire. That's a lot of void rays. 14 void rays versus 12 and 2 carriers. Cyan's going back into carrier production. The upgrades too are happening. I don't think he has charge. Oh, Cyan did get charged now. He has his own. He has his own charge slot, but he's gonna go sneak in the back with his own void rays. He's gotta be careful not to take a bad fight here. And yeah, this is a good pick off, but he better run away as soon as these void, because he cannot afford to lose this. I would recall. Oh, but no, there's a shield battery. That's all about the shield battery, and you know he's on slow because he used his thing, his little prismatic alignment, and he loses all the void rays. I mean, for what? Killing a few pylons and some void rays. That was not good. And oh man, why is he fighting? Oh, he's gonna send everything? Why? No! No, you don't have the advantage. Why? I don't know why Cyan thought he could attack. He only had 2 carriers. That was a terrible decision. I don't know if that was a misclick or what. Oh man, he's gonna lose everything now. And there's a big counter. He just he threw the game right there. He tried to go with some Void Ray ninja, you know, attack thingy, and didn't work out. Now no shield batteries here, and he's finally gonna pay for no shield batteries. Well, one decision, you know, at any point here he could have snowballed with the right units and the shield battery, but he didn't. And that was the play of the game, was really going into this main, losing his Void Rays, and then losing everything else. And we're gonna have our winner. Alrighty. Let's head back and chat with the guys.
Wow, what an action-packed series right from minute 1. Woo! Good games, gentlemen. Went all the way to 3 games. It was very interesting. It was very action-packed and entertaining. Let's first talk to Cyan. So Cyan, it was a good win on game number 2, and you were actually ahead in game number 3 as well. How do you feel about those games, and what do you think happened in that last game?
2 bad fights. Took 2 bad fights. I sent the Void Rays up there at the end and didn't pull them back. I probably should have recalled them. It might have been too late for that. I didn't realize how many Void Rays he had either, so... yeah, just a couple of bad fights there. I know I cleaned up his stuff at the start, and I should have just kept pushing, but I was like, well, I'll just macro up and go from there and get upgrades.
Yeah, your assessment is pretty good, actually. You know, that's exactly what happened. You were ahead in, like, almost everything. However, you know, you threw away all those Void Rays for a couple of pylons, right? And then you had the overcharge, you got chased down, and then he had the shield battery. By the way, you didn't really use shield batteries in the games, where if you had them at any point, at any part of the games, you could have snowballed into, you know, a win in any of the games, even the Terran one, right? So, is that something you just forgot about, the shield batteries, or is this not something?
I tend to forget about them. and I usually open Blink against Terran. So I had to wait till the blink was done before I could do anything with that. But yeah, if I did have shield batteries there, once I did get the two up and running, it felt a lot more comfortable. And then, but I just didn't have enough. Once the natural went down, my main was already almost mined out, so it's hard to get the income going again after that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good assessment. One more thing, Seth, I want to add to that was you were playing with one hand tied behind your back. And what I mean by that is you had a robo, but you made 3 observers. You know, I was really shocked because all you needed was one immortal. You would have crushed that, right? And so, you know, was that something you just kind of, you know, autopilot? You're like, oh, let me make 3 observers, or what happened there?
I was actually thinking he was going to open Widow Mines, so that's why I got the observer. So I was trying to send one down to his base, and then I had one at my natural, and then I was going to keep one with my army, and then I made one immortal, and I totally forgot about him until the end, but it was already too late because he just had Marines on it, so I couldn't. You know, I had totally forgot about the one immortal I had, and he was already gone by the time I realized it.
Yeah, and so Seth, one more thing I want to say is, you know, we highlighted what could have been different to give you the edge, where you were, I think, ahead in almost all 3 games. We highlighted what could have made the difference as far as, like, you know, things that are negative, but the positive things are, man, your macro is really good. You produced a lot of stuff. You were upgrading really fast, right? And so, you know, I think if you just kind of work on improving those, you totally run away with all 3 games, right? So that's the good news. So what do you think about that? You know, I'm sure you'll watch the VOD and see exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch the VOD. If I get with the Protoss, I don't know what it is. I feel like it's so sluggish in the opening, but once I can get to 2 base, 3 base, I feel a lot more comfortable. But I just got to remember, once I kill all his stuff, I should just go and not wait around.
Well, you look pretty good, except for a couple of big mistakes that he made you pay with. You know, it allowed him to you know, go into the victory. You look pretty good. I know that's a weird thing to say on the games you lost, but you look pretty good in there. So anyway, nice try. Seth, you got any more for Cyan?
No, like what KJ said, your macro was impressive. Even though your Nexus started later than the Archaics, you were ahead in probes, right? You were on top of it. And also the upgrades, right? Especially in that air battle, you were +3 already with the carrier. So that was a
Dude, you
really
were
good
so
addition.
far
But, like,
ahead. It was crazy.
but it was just really a matter of engagements there in the end. And you losing that fleet of Void Rays for that one sacrifice run, I think that was what did you in. Otherwise, you were ahead in almost every facet of the game.
Oh, I do have one more question. Once you lost all your Void Rays, you still went with your charge loss and 2 carriers into their doom. Why did you do that? Was that just a misclick?
Yeah, so because all the charge lots were right there by the Void Rays, and I thought I had double-clicked the charge lots to send them over, and I must have shift-clicked the carriers with them and sent them over there as well, because I was like, where are my carriers at? And then, he's just running across the map with the fast voids, and they just mowed them down, and I was like, well, I guess that's it.
I see. That makes sense. It's not one of those retreat. You press F2 and everyone goes home, and that's what I like to do. So, all right.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Well, good games. We look forward to seeing your other games. Looks like you're right there in terms of being in shape. Just have to keep at it. In the meantime, congratulations to the Archaic. That was your first time. Well, maybe not the first time, but that was the first time you've won as Terran. How do you feel about winning as Terran in the first game?
Honestly, I put up like a bit of practice today and yesterday in the one build, but like in my practice, I never really practiced like what I do after I get cleaned up there. So I just went, and I mean it worked. He has no units.
Yeah, that's as close as you can get in terms of a matchup, because you're at one point you're running back, with your tail tucked behind your legs, and you're like, all right, what am I gonna do? But then he overextended, and that gave you the window to strike back. Now, about those 2 Protoss games, since you practiced Terran a lot, do you feel like you were rusty in Protoss, or what happened there in those 2 games?
Uh, the second game, I just didn't I just didn't make the right units, I guess. Making Archons. I feel like I should have made Disruptors instead. Yeah, I think Disruptors would really help me. And then the third game, I forget about upgrades sometimes, so honestly, it was just the 3 games was just a big upgrade disadvantage. So.
All right, KJ, do you have any questions?
You look pretty good as Terran. Is that like an all-in that you do, or you practice other builds, or how do you play as Terran?
My macro as Terran isn't as great, but like I think if I think I just builds are more comfortable with build on Terran. Like
Yeah,
just time wise.
your micro is pretty good. You know, you pick up the tanks, you're doing all these cool things. You know, so I see that Protoss, but it's good to Terran game as well. So good luck to you and congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
All right,
All
that'll
right,
do it
so
for you guys.
that's code A. We're gonna be going into code S, but I think we need to take a quick break.
Yeah, let's take a break.
And we'll be right back.
All right, guys, we'll be back.
Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die you cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For hire. Indeed. Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die you cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For hire. Indeed.
All right, guys, we're back. Gonna have our Code S match coming up.
Welcome back. That's a was a pretty action-packed game. I got tired just watching that game for the Code A. What did you think of that series?
With the Archaic and Cyan, man, it's good to see the difference between the two. It's like impressive on both of them, which is kind of odd to say, right? Like the Archaic looked really good. His fundamentals, his scouting, his decisions, that really ultimately won him the game, right? The decisions that he made.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
yeah.
the way it ended, right? Because I was really scared for him at that game 3, because he was behind in almost everything. And just that one move of, Cyan losing all those void rays really hurt him. And, unfortunately it came down to that, but Archaic deserved the victory and he did everything he could to get it. So that was really entertaining though.
Yeah, he definitely did. And also for Cyan, you can just see how much his I guess his mechanics overall, looping of what you're supposed to do, which is make probes, upgrade, do this, do that, minus the shield battery fiasco, right? Minus all that. Because listen, if he had a shield battery on the first game, I think he holds and he wins, right? If he had a shield battery in the third game on any of those fights, he would have had a bigger army and that could have snowballed. So, those are the small things, and that's good for him to see because he knows, okay, I lost because really something easily I can fix. But it's a good win for the Archaic because he took that win and he took it deservingly, right? Because mistakes are part of the game, and that was Cyan's mistakes to correct. So it's good to see for both sides.
It was funny because when I was talking to him earlier today, and he says, "Oh, I'm planning to play Terran on game 1," and I said, "Wait, you what? You were doing what?" But he really practiced it. He really prepared a specific build, and you can, it wasn't all in, but he really prepared for it, right? He pulled it off. And in these games, especially in FSL, it's not a ladder game where everything's reset. You can set up games or you can do specific things against your opponent because you know who you're playing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he did. So.
Yeah, this is a preparation tournament, kind of like those GSLs. And you have time to prepare. The thing that we do though is we don't require you to stick to a race.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
That's one of the things. Yeah. This actually I like it. I like it for this because it gives a little bit of change. It gives a surprise. It's fun, and we saw the race switch in all 3 matchups, didn't we?
Well,
we're gonna see it for the 3rd matchup because Frieden is random.
That is right. And speaking of Frieden, he's playing against Hurt in Time.
Yeah, there's the Code S lineup right there. Frieden, Hurt in Time, our last match tonight.
Right, and so speaking about that, let's bring them in.
I need their cameras on, and then let's bring them in too.
All right, joining us here are both our players for our last game tonight, Frieden and Hurt in Time. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you both doing? Let's start with Frieden. I've seen you online, and you've been grinding some games. Looks like you're ready. Looks like you're ready to go.
Shoot, I don't know. If it was grinding wins, I'd say yeah, but
I don't see them on the video just yet. I can hear them for sure.
Yeah. So what are we using here? Sorry, there's the hiccups that's going on right now. I don't know.
Yeah, so we've switched to a different way to get your video feed. So right now, turn off your video from Discord. So Hurt in Time, go ahead, you can turn that off. Frieden as well, you can turn that off. And there's a link that we've sent on FSL channel, sent by Dark Menace. It's also in our FAQ in the Google Sheets that we send out weekly. But you click that link, it'll bring up a browser that will now capture your video. And so that way, we can makes it easier for production and get the videos.
Do we use the microphone inside in this?
No, we'll mute that.
One in,
so we only use Discord for audio purposes, and so the one that's bringing up the web browser, you can turn off the mics there if you want. Okay. We just need that for the video feed.
As well as output.
Yeah, output and input. As long if you can see yourself on the video.
It's asking me for a password.
Alright, now why don't you guys, this is what we'll do. We'll move you guys to a different room. I'll talk about the map selections, and Sep will help sort out your things and make sure you guys are ready. So we'll move you to the other thing. So guys, while they're setting that up, and I do see one of them's already on. I'm gonna talk about the map selections. Right. So they vetoed the big map Pride of Alteris, Bellingrad, and also wow, they vetoed 2,000 atmospheres. Who vetoes that? Apparently one of them did. I think that's Frieden who vetoed that map. I'm really surprised. He's random, so what does even vetoing mean for random, right? And then Hardwire. So the game 1 will be on Glittering
Can you
Ashes.
see yourself? And then
I can see myself.
okay.
Yeah,
I can
Glittering
put the
Ashes is
timers
there,
on the
and
channel, and
we're
Yeah,
good.
sorry about
And game 2 will be on Blackburn. That one usually gets vetoed. That's the one with the gold maps, the gold minerals. And then for the last map, it's Curious Minds. So it looks like we got them all on the camera now. So that's good. I'm gonna bring him back in. So they're good. I can see them on the camera. Let's bring him back in here. What's up, guys? All right.
Hey.
There
Sorry
you
about
go.
those,
We see
technical
them
issues.
now. They're
no
set. I just
worries.
talked about the map selection, so we're ready to go over this. It's always good to see you guys. Frieden, you with your random. I see you online. You know, looking good. You're kind of just trying to find ways. You're watching VODs. You're taking the tips on VODs to heart. I like that. And then
Yeah.
tell me about that.
So I was able to do a few games with KJ and Maligant when I saw you guys online.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We did play.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is just understanding like minor things that I can tweak around like the edges of how I usually play. Very gradual, incremental changes. So I've been trying different things. I think there's a lot of things that I do well, but then there's other things that I can just push a little further out to improve my play. I've been doing a lot of ladder games or like unranked kind of games, just playing against random people to see how that goes, and it's been mixed. I think my Terran has actually improved a ton, and so has my Protoss. My Zerg, I don't know, man. I think I've got like a 20% win rate right now on ladder.
Everyone's getting good
I'm gonna have to
against
sit
Zerg
with you and
cheeses.
troubleshoot it.
Yeah, it's probably my theory is everyone gets good at the Zerg cheeses, so you're gonna have to kind of change things up and macro a little bit on. Maybe it's that. I can help you on your replays because Hurt in Time knows I help on replays and talk about what you need to do to improve, right? So Hurt in Time, tell us about your SC2 practice, how you're feeling, what's ladder looking like.
I really haven't been playing much. It's been kind of crazy for me, and other things are taking my attention. But I came home from work early today and gave it a couple of hours before the tournament just to get my
get warmed up.
fat fingers thinned out a little bit. But yeah, it's going all right. I think I just went 2 wins out of 3 games, so not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. And you're right, because Terran, you gotta be mechanically ready, so you need to be warmed up, that's for sure. So it's good that you did get ready, right? Get off work early and say, you know what, I'm gonna practice for 2 hours and get ready. So, and Michael Jordan, Kobe, and all them guys, they start their warm ups and their shooting like way early. So maybe this is the thing, right? So, all right. Well, I think we're ready. Steph, you got any more questions for these guys?
Well, I was just gonna ask Hurt in Time, how do you prepare against a random, and what are you looking for?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, so really just knowing a little bit about Frieden's style. He's really aggressive early, so I have to make sure I defend the early rushes of all sorts, and then if I think my chances are pretty good if I can get out of the first 8 minutes without getting maimed. Then I like my chances a lot more. So
yeah, good summary. Yeah, nice. That's the beauty of random. So, all right. Well, any final comments from either? No.
Wait, we need Frieden in here. I don't see him.
Yeah, what's
He's
up?
here.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm like alt tab. I'll move over to the game.
Yeah. So just we're gonna send the invites again so you guys can join the lobby. But other than that, we'll talk to you guys after the match. Looking forward to 3 games, right? Good luck and have fun.
Man, hopefully.
All right.
All right, man. Good
Mute
luck,
them.
have fun.
Make sure you're muted on your audio video thing too. They may hear each other. Well, they're not talking anymore. So, okay.
There.
All right. Let us leave it up to just the players. You can see them here. I don't know who's going to win this, F, but I think certain times, right? It's the 8-minute marker. Who is ahead after 8 minutes? That will
it's like one
determine.
of those campaign missions, right? It says survive for 8 minutes and then you get the victory. So I think Hurting Time is gonna get very turtly in these games, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
But
you know, that's the thing too, because Frieden, he will all in. If he has a macro build, that would be really cool, because now everyone knows that that's what he'll do. So that's the only thing, right?
yeah.
Alright, well, here you go. Loading up for our final series here, game 1.
You are watching FSL Season 5.
Alright, let's introduce our players. Code S players on the top right corner of Glittering Ashes. Our Teal Terran.
Hurting Time.
There you go. He's got that new intro, guys. In the bottom left, you know him as the random player he spawns as Protoss.
Frieden.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, because if Hurting Time, which, you know, the way he plays pretty methodically, right? He sets up his bases, he sets up his defenses, he does some drops here and there. But if he survives this onslaught in the beginning and he's well prepared economically, I think he'll just pull ahead from there, right? So that's what I think it's gonna happen. Now let's see how sharp these timings are from Frieden, or you know how aggressive he can get here. So we'll see. But at the same time, you know, it's funny because, you know, I was watching one of these series way back when, where with Haas, who has this reputation of being the most cheesiest, aggressive Protoss.
Oh, I know what you're gonna talk about. This is I
Right?
know exactly
Yeah.
what you're gonna talk about.
And he was playing against Maru, and Maru got so defensive, and Haas just took the map and just expanded all over, right? And so, you know, what Ortosa said one time is, one of the cheesiest thing a cheeser can do is to actually macro, right? And if he does that, and he can get ahead macro-wise, and you know, that might be another avenue or another angle that he can take these games.
Yeah, I just don't see him making that complete switch to macro though. So maybe by mid-season, or you know, by mid or end season, he'll add that to his repertoire. Because remember, he has his hands full, man. It's not like he's just a cheesy, aggressive single race player. He's random, so it's hard, really hard to be macroing on three races. You know, completely different style too. You can't just bitch like that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Hurting Time is, you know, crossing his T's, dotting his I's, making sure he gets that probe he knows was stuck. He did get his gas stolen, but, you know, it's not the end of the world for a Terran that gets a fast expansion, right? It's actually not bad. I mean, Protoss loses 75, where it doesn't really cost you anything, right?
Doesn't hurt you unless you're getting, I don't know, Void Ray cheese with shield batteries or something. That might make sense. But here, he is still on one base, so, you know, that can come into play. He is getting a second base pretty fast, so he can catch up on the gas there.
Yeah, the Reaper tried to jump in, but there was met with a Stalker, so he jumps out. He's looking around, finding a way, an entry point. He does sneak in, and the Natural picks off this probe and confirms that there is no expansion yet.
Yeah, no expansion, man. Alarm bells make stuff now.
Yes, and as you know, as observers, we can see it's all the way tucked in the back there.
Yep.
It's a DT shrine, so.
Yeah, the most infuriating thing to deal with if you are, you know, the receiver of those Dark Templar slashes. Just hear it and you're like, oh, kidding me.
Yeah, so there is no engineering bay yet, But at the same oh, I was gonna say he's been banking on his energy, but then as I say that, he dropped 2
He's a
mules.
mechanical player, man. He is going to be doing that, so he better watch out because he is sending the
Yeah.
Reaper to scout again. So it's up to Freedom to deny the scout. Which where is that stalker?
Yeah, I think the stalker is just
Oh,
waiting
the
for
stalker in the
right
jump
there.
zone. Okay, so he's there. Let's see. He prevents him from hopping in.
2,
Oh, he's gonna see
3.
it. Hurting time. He
No,
turns
he
to the
cannot.
right. Oh no, he misses it. He still doesn't see an expansion though.
But he doesn't know what it is because he does not drop.
And there's the DTs. They're in. He needs to split
Oh,
him though. He
no.
cannot keep him in the same place. Oh, he needed to split in. But you know he'll do a lot of damage. But remember, he's still on one base. If he had split this, that's really what you want to do. But now Hurting Time is on alert. He's actually, yeah, that was a mistake here. If he had split that, it would be damage on both sides. But he does have the prism, so no need to split anymore. That doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, there is already one in the main mineral line, and there is a scan, but I think he could have just killed.
Oh, it
this Marine, but-
escaped. One of them escaped. Dude, he doesn't have. He just has. Okay, he has one more scan after this. One more scan. So he better use it wisely.
He's chasing after that cyclone, and you
But
know
he
this
only
is
has
the
one
win
cyclone.
condition, right? Win condition for Hurting Time. Survive for 8 minutes. We're only at the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. He needs to go in. More DTs. Oh, charge slot. Is this charge or is this just slow? Oh, it's just slow Zealot. He will get rid of the possibility of a Raven.
He
Oh,
doesn't
can he
finish
kill
it off.
this?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna
he killed it.
take this out, but he's hoping to just. Oh, he's gonna finish it off with the.
He has one more
Zealots,
scan.
so-
One more scan. But he's taking
heard-
so much damage. Oh, he has no more attacking units.
And I think
Oh,
that's it.
and there it is, guys.
The 6-minute mark. Survive for 8. Alright, that was a good plan by Frieden. But you know what? That was well executed by Frieden. Other than splitting it up in the very beginning.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'd change.
Yeah, but
Is-
other than that.
Yeah, other than that, it was great. Really good play. The only thing, like you said, I just want to be clear on what that means. He had 3 Dark Templars. One of them or 2 of them go up in the main. The other ones stay at the bottom. And then you have 3 spots, right? Doing damage. But he won anyway. I'm just saying that's one way to improve it. And the other thing he thought about is a prism anyway, so he can kind of put that in there. Other than that, great execution. For Hurting Time, the first thing you want to do, if you see a Twilight or suspect any cheese, is what? Raven or an eBay. So you can have a turret.
Yeah,
Right?
actually, the Raven is a way to go. Because
Yeah,
you can
Raven,
do so
'cause
many
then-
things.
Yeah,
Because you can
exactly.
even disable that
Yep.
that War Prism, right?
Exactly. That is what you want. Game 2 is going to be on Blackburn. This isn't even this map gets vetoed a lot, but these guys like them, so we're going to hop into Blackburn for game 2. But yeah, Raven is the way to go because you disable, you win. And you have detection, you can make turrets. It's a great unit, but it's expensive. But it may be hard to get though because he did get his gas stolen. But anyway, guys, loading up game 2.
You are watching FSL Season 5.
Hey,
Alright, let's introduce our players on the bottom right corner of Blackburn. Up 1-0 and getting served this time. He is.
Freedom.
yeah, and the Terran here on the left. His new intro again,
Hurting Time.
showing his Ice Storm mousepad there. Anyway, look, he's Frieden said he hates his Zerg. He has a 20% win rate or something crazy. And because I guess his cheeses is not working. And I'll tell you, the hardest race to cheese is Terran. And that's what Hurting Time is. So let's see how his cheeses will fare. It looks like he's going to get gas. Gold first. I love this.
Because, you know, it's funny. the scout here by Hurting Time, he's gonna see, hey, no natural, right? So I'm like, all right, it's just gonna be a cheese. But that after you see no natural, you should make a beeline to that gold base, right? So
Well,
let's
he
see
the
if he
thing
does
is
that.
though, he sees that the pool and gas is here, so unless he's really good at spotting the timing, he's gonna think he went pool and gas first, not get another base. And the fact that Reedon sent this drone to harass, see, look, I don't think Hurt in Time
Oh,
realizes. He thinks he's like, oh yeah, he went pool gas, and then I'm denying his expansion. In reality, he already has a gold more than halfway done. So that is a great mind game.
yeah, that is a mind game, and we
Oh, he almost
seen.
got it.
Oh, he missed it.
He almost got
But
it. That was close.
yeah, and we saw Mighty Ant getting the victory over Deepu with those mind games, and so let's see if that works again tonight.
Yeah, and look, Hurt Time has no idea. He thinks he's like, yep, I'm way ahead now. He doesn't have a base. And the last game I saw, he didn't even get at second base. So, who cares, right?
Yeah.
I'm good, but
And
dude,
Frieden is
he has
actually
the goal.
selling it because he's selling it on attacking that engineering base, saying,
Yeah,
I really need to get rid of this.
yeah, yeah. This is what you do. I do this, by the way, when I ladder. I do a lot of these mind games on ladder, and I love seeing that with Frieden. The next thing he needs to do is just concentrate on saturating the gold, get as much out of it as possible.
Yeah. But he might say that his win percentage in ladder is really slim as Zerg. But in FSL, when he draws Zerg, he's beaten
Oh, well, Hurt in
Neutrophil.
Time. Hurt in
He's gonna
Time.
scout it this time. But as Zerg, he's beaten Neutrophil. He's beaten Dark Menace, right? With his Zerg by just being aggressive. So
Yeah,
let's keep that in mind as he
that's
plays his
true.
Zerg against Hurt in Time. By the way,
Actually,
we
he
are.
beat Dark Menace with his Protoss.
Was it
So,
Protoss? Oh, okay,
yeah,
I
it was
thought
a
it was Zerg.
Protoss like weird trade thing with Immortals. Like,
Ah.
you know what I mean? And yeah, he did beat Neutrophil and some really aggressive Zerg also. So yeah, but basically his aggression is really something that
Yeah.
gets him to win.
Yeah. But now Hurtin Time's aware of that gold base. Let's see what type of strategy or adjustments he makes here. By the way, we are playing in US West server since they're both in the West Coast.
Yeah.
So this should be a lot better for them.
Yeah, it's minor, but it's it's cool.
And still no third here for Frieden. Roach
Yeah.
Warren is on the way. Lair is on the way. I wonder what kind of tech he's thinking here. I mean, he did
There's
take
his
both
third.
extractors, but he's only mining on one.
Yeah, one thing you guys might have missed that he did right away, and this is really smart by Frieden. I love seeing this because he put the queen at the gold. He made the tumor right away so you can connect it. So
Yeah.
a lot of the people that do this, they don't have that next edge, and that's the edge, which is the mobility. You're not really just on isolated island of a base, right? So
A very opportune time to scan there because as soon as he scanned, the layer just finished. So you know what the timing of it is, right? As opposed to it's
he
still
saw it just
morphing.
he saw it just finished, right? Versus say, oh, it's been finished.
Yeah, because then you know what kind of timings that might be coming out of it.
Another thing that I love here from Frieden, he cleared out the rocks already. So, this guy, I'm saying, he has improved quite a bit already. So it looks pretty good here. The decisions here, so far, top notch. I'm really impressed. So
So am I. I wish he'd fix those gas drones. I think he's fully saturated on those gas drones in the gold base. There you go. He fixed it already.
Yes, say that. Yep. And he's fully saturated on minerals. He is looking really good. This is. We might see him macro actually.
Yes, he is macroing.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
And there's a Hydra then. So yeah, this is gonna be a long game. I'm really excited for the Code S this season. Right? Everybody's
Yeah.
improving. I can't
Oh,
wait for
look at
everybody
this.
to be matched up.
He has double Hydra. He's gonna get Hydra range and Hydra speed at the same time. He has the money. He's got 6 gases ready to go. I mean, he just needs to start mining them. What I would love is just holds down the drone key for a little bit because the attack is not coming anytime soon.
Yep.
So hold
Then
that
he-
drone key.
He did make 6 and then just finished, so he's still making more.
Okay, good. There you go. So that's the Zerg is looking really good, guys. On what? Wow! Look at the spot or the the Spire is. It's in a good spot. That's hard to scan. So, man, it's looking really good here for Zerg. Meanwhile, let's talk about the Terran. You know, he is safe from. He knows that this guy is super aggressive. Right now, there's no aggression incoming yet. So,
No,
I don't
but
blame him.
he is tipping off the fact that he is going full mech, right? With that barracks floating all the way in the other side, basically
Yeah.
saying, "Here's my barracks. I'm not making any more barracks units. I'm going all mech."
He's gonna see the
And-
double Hydra, so he knows to keep
Yeah.
making tanks.
Yeah, and so with a lot of tanks, Hydras are gonna not fare well. Now, I'm gonna need to have some spellcasters here. So at least he's getting the Hive. It's almost done. But let's see if he actually makes Vipers.
The Hive is a big deal. A lot of people that are Zergs that are actually pretty decent at the game, they don't even practice their late game Viper play. So I mean,
Yeah.
I was talking to Dark Menace about that. He's probably my pick right now to win the whole thing again, like last season. He is not good at Viper control. So let's see how Frieden is, because he doesn't practice it, he doesn't do anything with it, and that's what I noticed with the quote top Zergs. But we'll see.
The thing
I'll be
about
surprised.
Viper is it becomes a necessity in a lot of these games, right? It's not more.
Yeah.
It's not about. It's a preference thing. It's actually a
Yeah.
necessity,
You need it,
and
yeah.
that's the only way you can deal with certain compositions by your opponent.
And this is the first time Frieden crossed the map to Hertenheim's side with attacking units, and it's to clear the rocks for his entry.
Yeah,
So
I think.
he's like methodical, man. He's not like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
But you know what? Now that Hertenheim's got his third base, I think he's getting ready to take his fourth. Like I said, I think he might be in an okay shape here.
Oh,
Although
he's gonna
he
kill a
loses
tank.
2 tanks.
Oh, he
right
pulled
now.
away! He had that tank. Very minor,
Yeah.
but still, he's like,
All right, I like that he's making an Ultralisk cavern.
oh, the meters are
Um,
here. Oh, never
But
mind, there's a door.
there's a Thor here, so we saw what happened earlier tonight on when you attack a flock of mutas into a couple of Thors, it doesn't look
Oh, look
good.
at this. Look at this. He split up the attacks, but I think he's gonna
Yeah.
end up losing these guys anyway.
it's-
It looked okay
yes.
at the start, but
Yeah. So if we look at the battle report here, right? How many mutas in exchange for
7.
3 SFBs?
yeah,
that's not a good trade.
worth. Definitely not worth. At
Alright,
least
so-
he's rich.
So he's
At
really
least-
preparing for Ultralisks here. He's getting some Ultralisk upgrades. He's finally taking his 4th. He should probably take his 5th as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. The one thing he's not doing well in that you expect is the upgrades right now, though.
Yeah.
Behind
But Hertentime's not upgrading diligently as well anyway, right? So, but at the same time, this is mech, right? Mech really wrecks Hydras. All right, the first spellcaster by Frieden is the Infestor. Not so sure
I
about
don't think
that
we're
with
gonna
the
see a
number of
Viper then.
yeah.
If he didn't make a Viper, then maybe if he gets like mind controls the big doors or something.
Yeah, but the problem is as soon as they pop out of the ground to mind control and there are tanks around, they just get shelled down so quickly.
Well, you don't need to pop up anymore in the Infestor with mind control. You can do it underground. So, but what Terran does is they scan and wreck it anyway. So that's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. So let's see. He's getting a lot of upgrades now. Frieden, Hertentime has survived the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, looking good. He's got all these command centers. He's defensively set. And here's something. I bet you Frieden does not get into these kind of long games, late game situations. So he doesn't have as much practice. So
This is actually a very good map specifically for Hertentime because it favors his playstyle, especially his
Yeah.
Terran.
Yep.
Blackburn is, most of the time it's a split map situation, and you can just take your bases on the left, and then you kind of just get all the stuff that you want, and you methodically march across the map and win, right? And I think that's what's gonna happen here. He's gonna get his upgrades, he's gonna get his units, he just needs to defend these little skirmishes, which I'm pretty sure he should be able to handle this.
Oh, here it is. There's a skirmish. The one
Yeah, but
Thor is
look-
like, hey guys, you didn't help me. But he wants to
Yeah.
focus on this command center. The
Yeah,
other
but
Thor's
look-
like, let's go fight, guys. Let me
These
at 'em."
ultralisks fell so quickly though, so that's
They died
almost the
so
cost.
fast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They died so fast, guys.
Yeah, I mean these
wow.
are Thors though, right? And
Yeah.
they pack a punch as well. All right.
Oh, they want more of it.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to.
And
get
look
in
at
there.
this. He's got like what, spines on the high ground?
I
Look at that, Rich. He has, you know, it's, if anything, look at Turtle Time. He's got 102 SUV.
Holy cow!
What the heck?
All right.
It's like TY.
He's getting building armor. He's really setting up for the late game here. Hurting Time's maxed out, but let's see. You know, this is the time to move out as a Terran. But
Okay, here's
it's
a
like,
big
you know what?
attack. What is
That's not
the
gonna fare
Infestor
well.
gonna do? He does the fungal, but didn't do enough. Runs back the safety of his spines, but are those spines really that safe? I mean, this is mech, man. I don't know how good spines will.
Yeah, look, they're in range of these tanks as well.
Takes
Yeah,
away
even
one
the
of
the Vikings are like, all right, there's really no air units here. There's no need for us to be
And these
flying.
spines just really didn't do anything, did it? Not for
No,
this
it
kind of
didn't.
army.
Yeah, no. So
There's too many tanks here, bro. You need a lot more lanes. Time to back off.
yeah,
He does take a
transition-
base. Look at that.
At least transition to some broodlords, maybe.
The problem with Broodlords is, look, there's Thors and there's Vikings out already. So I think what you want to do is Hydra Ling with Viper blinding clouds. You know, I think that might be your best bet. And he needs to be upgrading. What is his upgrades? He's upgrading air, you know, melee, range, and yeah, he's got like almost one of each. Alright, gonna try
I mean-
again. But it's funny, he doesn't realize that these depots are really like, they can't go down there. They close it off. Festers throw a fungal, but then they're gonna have to run away. The fungal is just really free damage, I guess. But
yeah, but it tickles the Thors,
it's
right? It
not
doesn't really do much.
yeah, it's not for that. I think he needs to get mind control. Imagine if he mind controlled 3 Thors, right? That's a big deal.
Yeah. But I don't even think he researched the upgrade for the neuroparasites. So.
Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he thought of that. He's thinking fungal for, like, it's good if you want to hold them down and you're the one that wants to take the fight and they can't run away. But on this situation, not really.
Yeah, he made a ton of corruptors, although he hasn't upgraded to a greater Sapphire.
Okay, here's
you
one
know.
thing. Look at this. 200 supply hurting time. He's got so much minerals and gas. So yeah, he's winning this game. And typically with Zerg at this stage of the game, they're the ones with more of the bank. But Frieden does not have the bank. It's hurting time with the bank, and he's got better units. So unless he gets that Broodlord tech, which how far along is it?
Because if you look at the
Oh, it is
units
done.
lost, yeah, check out the unit. Oh, he does have the greater Spire.
Yeah, he got the
but look
greater
at-
spire. He needs to switch now.
Yeah, look at the units lost in terms of resources. It's not even close, right?
Yeah. Well, okay, so he's getting the Broodlords on where is he?
He's gonna do it right here. He's gonna morph it. There's only 2 that he morphed.
Only 2, but that'll force the maybe force the Terran to go back. But he wants to fight now. Terran is being sieged now by the Broodlords. The good thing about this though is sieging production. So if he can kind of slow down this Terran attack while sieging him with these Broodlords, that's one way to win. Because you know what? He has 4 factories here. And what? Is that really all his production? 4 factories?
That's it. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk to him about this.
That is
He does-
insane!
because he has a lot of money. But look at this. There's a ton of links coming in, and
The links are
what's-
perfect for this, actually.
Yeah,
this is what you
there
want.
are no Hellbats here.
Oh, and the fungal. Oh, man. You know what? This is a tactical mistake, and there's more Broodlords forming here. He has map air control. He's got Broodlord control. What's he going to do? Produce what? 2-3 Thors. That's not enough. He doesn't have any production. He's okay, Lucy. He realizes his mistake. Now he makes 5 factories are on the left. So the
And you know
tank
what?
push is still happening though. He didn't clean up. Good repair with the mules.
But if he gets overrun here by Lings, there are no Hellbats. Now he is producing
Here it
Hellions
is.
now, but
Here are the Lings. And of course the tanks aren't helping, and yeah, this is gonna go down. There's your threat. There's no more push. You really can't push with just these 2-3 units. The Broodlords now have raised your main. And the Vikings are you? Oh man, this was a tactical mistake by Time actually. He died rich. Look how rich he is.
yes, I mean his factories did finish, but the problem is he's making mines, which are terrible against Broodlords because those Broodlings will set them off,
yeah.
right?
So he got caught off guard by the Broodlords. You know, that was his problem. And not having the factories. The mines, he doesn't even have the fast burrow upgrade, I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't have. So, not like he can sneak under these Broodlords and boom, right?
Yeah. Now, if he burrows under those corruptors and gets a money shot, right?
Maybe he can do the. There's no void. He has no starport though, so he can't make any kill him. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, this is just a slow bleed for Time, and unfortunately, he was caught off guard by those
How
Broodlords.
much
And that was
money
a
he
good
has?
move here
30.
by Frieden.
Yeah, the great move was moving these corruptors into the production, and it was helped because Time just really did not have. He had 4 factories. That is absolutely insane. He had maybe like 12 to 16 command centers, and he had 4 factories, man. I don't know if I've ever seen a game like that. I don't know how he's ever survived with 4 factories. He must have been that efficient in previous games, right?
Yeah. Alright, so these Broodlords are just going to trigger the mines to go
man,
off, and
that's
it's
the
not
thing.
going to be good. Yeah, if anything, just send the mines across the map, right? And see
Yeah,
what
that's
they
what
can
I
get
would
done.
do. Send the map, no mining for the Zerg, and then maybe because Zerg didn't have a lot of money to begin with.
Yeah, see, look, now
There's the
they're using
Thors.
up their charges, and they're really not getting anything done because this is unlimited Broodlings.
Yeah, unlimited broodlings.
And look
Time
at
to
Frieden.
counter.
He's now making a Nidus worm.
Nidus, yeah, Nidus worm
But-
to reinforce.
There's really, I mean, I guess he can reinforce, make a Nidus up there in the natural, but
He's making 3 more Thors with his 2. That's enough to push back soon. But the Hydra, the problem is the Hydras are now here. So.
oh, the Hydras are actually just gonna
Oh,
get.
freebie shots on the Hydras. Oh,
Oh
my
my.
gosh. Okay, this game is gonna last a little bit long, but if he has just enough Broodlords here, he can move into the. I don't think he has them.
Right.
You know, he's so rich. You can almost make another 10 factories, right? Oh, okay, he's adding 3 starports. He's kind of forced to fight here. He kills
know
one of
what?
the Broodlords. He's
These
gonna
mines
kill.
are actually doing work.
Oh! He kills another. There's only 4 Broodlords left, guys. 4 Broodlords, 4 Thors. 2 more. Oh, he might clean it up. Good scan. 1 left.
1 left.
If he can clean this up, he has a chance. And you know, the last thing that Frieden wants to do is more here and get out. More links coming on the other side. Can he survive this onslaught? These mines really have, you know, surprisingly done well. Okay. If he can stabilize, man, he still has a chance to win this. Because look how much money he has compared to the Zerg.
He's just supply blocked for the longest time here. And he's making the supply depots now, but
Oh, yeah. Wow,
there
okay.
it is.
This is when rich people just really, you know, doesn't matter how many mistakes they make sometimes. They're just so rich. They're like, all right, well, I'll just bankroll and it might come back. So, and that's what's happening here. He's bankrolling the comeback. The Thors.
This is actually pretty funny because now it's swinging in the side of Time. I think he's in good shape now.
He's in decent shape now. He has the army lead again. And yeah, losing command center sucks, but he's got 12,000 minerals, guys. He can make 30 command centers. Look at these mines. Oh man.
Ow.
Remember,
Alright.
okay, Frieden, you have 200 minerals. You better be efficient in the rest of this game because this Terran machine, mech machine, is gonna slowly march, try to kill you. He knows about the Broodlord tech now. Guess what he's gonna keep making? Thors.
Yeah, and he is making Hellions as well. Now, there's the
Nidus.
Nidus Worm. I think
Oh
he
yeah,
just...
he needed to kill. You know what? If he can kill these armories, that will
Well,
delay this Thor production.
but he did make an armory in the middle of the map, though.
Oh, he did?
Because,
Okay.
yeah, to preempt it. I think I saw it.
Oh,
There
smart.
it is.
Oh yeah, smart move. But he needs, the Zerg needs to hold this top base right now because mining out.
Yeah, he's finally taking that
This is a
forward
weird
base
game.
on his side, so...
Yeah, this is a very weird game. What a crazy game. I mean, I was almost ready to say he's,
Yeah, I thought so
was
too, because
dead.
when
But
his
he took a
fourth,
while.
the fourth factory fell, and then you can see from his side, there's no production other than the 5 new factories. I thought it was done.
Yeah, he should have been dead, but I guess he didn't push fast enough with his broodlords, right? The mines kind of slowly killed him. This, I don't know what happened here, but
Although these lings are wrecking havoc here, but
yeah, that's good. Good,
it's
but,
okay to lose SCVs now for hurting time.
He's
He has so much
9,000
money.
minerals, man. 3,800 gas. No worries. It's Frieden that can't afford to throw away 1,000 minerals worth of lings. Oh,
That
these
is right.
mines.
Oh no!
Oh, this is disaster.
Although that was
Okay.
a good explosion there.
No, but he can't.
What?
The thing is, he can't afford this. He can't afford these trades. Hurting time can throw money all day. And he's about to go
Yeah.
off again. He doesn't have a widow detector. No
I
overseer.
think it's just
here.
better to just detonate those banelings right on top, because you know where
There,
they are.
he does
There
it. Because the overseer finally shows up. But he's broke. Zerg is broke, guys. He is getting this base at the bottom. Base
Yeah,
at
let's
the top
do
is very dangerous.
Do a mineral check on how much mineral loads are remaining. So that's still half. That's almost gone.
It's
So he only
really-
has 1.5 base mining.
Yeah, 1.5 left, and then unless he takes this gold, this island here, sort of island. But he hasn't been trading well. I'll tell you this. He has not been trading well. Oh, and he's
Look
gonna
at
lose the Broodlords. I think he's done, dude. He can't afford this. One guy is rich. And that's not him.
Yeah, I think this is it. Vikings land, instead of the cinematic where the Viking gets pushed away by Ultralisk, it's actually
Not when it's not when
a
it's
series
12
of
Vikings.
Alright,
Okay,
so that's
and look.
last of the Broodlords here.
What's he gonna make? Bunch of lings? Look, he doesn't have the army. The one thing he could do is mind control, like, maybe make... Oh, never mind. He doesn't even have... He can make 2 infestors. Now he can make... He's so broke. And he doesn't even kill that Thor. Runs away. Yeah, he's just bleeding out. He has no money to throw away. Got a lot of gas, though. Oh, and that's premature. Morph can't afford that. I think he's gonna tap out, man.
I think this is gonna signal a GG here. In
What a
few
comeback.
seconds.
I mean, he deserved to
Yeah.
win this game with his monster, lead. Minus just one mistake of having 4 factories this full time, right?
Yeah, and at the
Oh,
same time, I think Frieden could have finished it already.
He could
but I
have.
think, he took his foot off the pedal.
And he was stacking on the wrong side. He needed to go up and maybe make more Broodlords. He had too many Corruptors. I don't know. It's really hard to say. He had a great game plan, but and he really shouldn't be in the position though to have a huge opportunity to win, because Hurt and Time really shouldn't only have 4 factories, right? That should never be a case where you have 12 command centers and only 4 factories. So
What do you think about if Frieden should have gone Swarm Hosts.
Swarm host would be great against tanks and Thors. Not with I mean that would be better because it's free, right? That's the thing. He was never really the rich guy here in this game. So if he had like 10 swarm hosts and he not losing them and he's constantly trading, then it'd be better for him. Oh, look at the what do you call that thing?
Microbial Shroud.
But I think that's the opposite. You don't want to do it for the opponent in that one.
The whole idea of Microbial Shroud is that it allows units that are ground to take what 50% less damage from
Yeah,
air
so he helped
units.
them out.
But there are no air units here.
There's no air units, so I guess
that's shooting
help
down,
nobody
right?
out. It's just cool to look at.
All right.
Okay, the last mining base here. Well, he I think he meant to scan there. He ends up dropping a mute. He's gonna repair it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because Frieden is there's the GG. We are going to game number 3.
Very nice. What a game. That game was 27 minutes. Looks like we can see Frieden go for a bathroom break. He's like, dude, I don't know what happened in that game. I was winning. I was winning and then I was losing. That's what he's thinking. It was also the way Hurt in Time killed those Broodlords slowly with the scans, just the right way. He actually does that pretty well because I'm not quite sure how to control against Broodlords with the Thors on that situation. I think he had it on the high impact payload setting, but then he was probably focus firing better. Some sort of really good micro.
Yeah, I think he did that well. He had a couple of Thors up north and then a couple down south, and they were really efficiently killing the Broodlords one at a time. The thing was, there were no buffers for the Broodlords. He didn't have any ground units, anything that will prevent them from just moving up and shooting the Broodlords, right? I think he was lacking those units. I think he just didn't finish it at that point, and from then on, I think Hurt in Time was in good position.
Yep. Okay, well, so game 3, the final map is the deciding map of Curious Minds. This is a smaller map, so this won't last that long, I don't think. Never know.
You never know.
Know these guys, man. All right. Game 3, the final match.
Watching FSL Season 5.
Game number 3, the bottom right corner of Curious Minds. Tying that series up 1-1, our Teal Terran.
Hurt in Time.
And he spawns Zerg again. A random player.
Frieden.
So now we know what happened, why he lost some games as Zerg, right? He played it really well for the first few minutes, and then he just didn't close it out. But then again, just be real. Hurt in Time did have the lead, and he only had 4 factories. So there's probably those games where he could have won, but he just didn't close it out. So.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if the win condition holds true again, where if Hurt in Time just survives past the 8-minute mark, he's in okay shape, right? Let's see how aggressive Frieden is, because, let's be honest, in that last game, he wasn't that aggressive Frieden that we know.
He was not.
So that was that's not his MO, that's not his game style, that's not his forte, and, it lasted long and he didn't win that one. So let's see if he goes back to this being aggressive Frieden and do a
Also
timing.
Might be map dependent though too. Oh, he got him!
Nice.
Nice surround.
He actually, you saw those 3 drones pre-positioned.
Yeah, he planned that out. He planned it out. He's like, hey guys, this is what we're gonna do. Like one of those, it's like a lion pride waiting for that gazelle. There's no real escape. Boom, they converge right at the spot.
Definitely well done. So, I mean, yes, it's only an SCV in the beginning of the game,
A big
but
deal, though.
it's a good sign here for Frieden. But let's see how aggressive he can get here. Now, 2 links are started, which is pretty much standard. Typically, you have 4 to 6 links to welcome this incoming Reaper. But it looks like he's only sticking with 2 links. There's the 4 links, but I guess the queen will pop out a few seconds after a few pot shots from the Reaper here.
A Reaper at this point is just to check, hey, are you making a Roach Warren? Are you making a Baneling Nest? Are you making drones? What are you doing, Mr. Zerg? So that's really what you should do, and get out.
Get out. Although he made a little bit more lings than
Lings.
we would have
6
liked.
lings.
Yeah, that's 8 lings.
The 8? Oh man, that's a lot. You know, sometimes I try to do 2 if I don't think you're good enough to kill my lings.
Yeah, they were interviewing Elaser, I think, or Lambo, and they says, well, how many links do you really start off with against Terran in the pro level? And I think Lambo says, well, it depends. In Europe, everybody makes 4. In Korea, they make 6.
It's, if you're dealing with and if it's beyond, you make like 8.
Yeah. All right. So the links do waddle across the map with no speed, but speed's about to finish. Gets 1 SCV, which is good.
Very good.
He might be able to get this Reaper because speed is about to finish in 3 seconds, and I think he can catch.
Oh,
this
he's not
Reaper.
looking. Okay, he takes a few shots.
Is he gonna get the
He
last
got
shot?
it.
Yes.
Right
he does.
before.
I think it bit its ankle as he was right.
Yeah, exactly.
Jumping up.
So far, so good. I mean, look, he's killed 2 SCVs and a Reaper in this game.
Makes it lift off.
Yeah, he's not making SCVs with that. Now Hurtin Time's like scared. But although Hurtin Time is a 3rd command center, he's totally cool. Look, he scans to see what kind of cheese is coming here from this guy. Muta Spire is being made here at the other side.
He loves his mutas.
Yeah, mutas are great if you catch off guard. Okay, now that's the end of these lings.
Is he gonna get 1 Hellion though? I think he might get 1 Hellion for his trouble.
Oh wow, these are like value lings.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have mind if you just sent them back home.
You should. Yeah, that's what you should do. But yeah, at least he got 1 link. In one.
Hellions are going back across the
map.
map.
Hurtin Time's going bio.
Yep, bio, and this is gonna be mutas, but I'd like for him to make at least a Baneling Nest, right? Just to do a Ling Bane Muta.
The problem, man, is 2 base Terran. I mean Zerg versus
gonna be 3.
3 command center Terran. Oh, this is not looking good for the Zerg. I don't like the way this wall looks. Actually, I know he was worried about the aliens, but man, now he's like forever screwed in getting out. Inefficient.
Yeah, but the biggest thing here is he really needs to take his 3rd.
He
Mutas
needs a
are on the
3rd,
way,
man.
so at least it'll deal with these, Hellions. But I don't like the way he's set up right now. He needs a 3rd badly.
I mean, it's gonna help him out right here. Just Hurtin Time's not gonna go further. It's like what? Go up in there.
All right. Well, 3 popped out earlier, and 7 more are on the way.
Why did he lift up this command? Is barracks? I guess he wants to make a. Oh, that must have been a mistake. I think that was a mistake.
Oh, you know what he did? I've done this a few times. Is where, I lift it to go to that one add-on. During that lift though, I reset my rally, and I don't realize it, and then so it doesn't do a rally because it's up in the air. So instead, it goes to where you're putting the rally in. So I've done that before as well. So I think that's what happened.
Yep, I've done every Terran's done that at one point. So very fortunate, but not too big of a deal.
All right, so here are the mutas doing work on the main mineral line of Hurtin Time. This is good damage right here.
Really good, surprising because he did scan and saw this. Honestly, he scanned the next time. No, he saw it. See, He didn't hide the spire. He scanned. He just didn't look.
Yeah, he just didn't look. He didn't. He wasn't aware, and so this is doing a ton of damage.
Oh
Unlike
my
the last game.
gosh.
Yeah, unlike the
He
last
might
game where
take
there
this
were
game.
Thors. Yeah, I think this is it.
Oh,
this is a
he's gonna
GG.
give up, and that's gonna do it.
And look at that! 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes, and that
What?
holds true. The 8-minute mark.
What a crazy way to end it, guys.
Freedom.
And you know,
Hey.
oh my goodness, that was crazy.
Good,
You
good
finally
games,
take,
dude. Good games.
he finally takes one with Zerg there.
Dude, I
Well,
was.
you know,
Yeah.
the theme of the night, where it's like a campaign, and the win condition of the campaign is survive for 8 minutes, right? And
Yeah,
so when
it's a-
Hurtin Time survived the 8-minute mark, he was gonna win that second game. But the first two, unfortunately, didn't work out.
Yeah, and you know,
Yeah, I
one more
scanned
thing-
and saw the roach, so I started making marauders.
you know, you're gonna look at the replay or even the VOD. You're gonna see that you did see the building spire, but you didn't click on it. You probably thought it was a spore because you did scan it. You saw it.
Ah, shoot.
That's why I was like,
In the
oh,
back
he
of
knows
my
about the
face,
spire.
That's where I would put a spore, yeah.
So you just missed it with not clicking it. Like you saw the roach, Warren, and you focused your eyes on there. I think that's what happened. And it's crazy, little things like that. Really, what wins games sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. But there's a lot of good things I saw there, guys. Let's start with the good stuff, right? Let's start with Hurt in Time, man. Your macro is really well. Like you're very good with your defense. I know you lost 2 games because you didn't defend the cheeses early, but you were just this close away from defending and winning, right? Just like you did in the 3rd game. The only thing I would improve is in the 3rd game you only had 4 factories and you had 12 command centers. That was crazy. But you came back and won that. What the heck was that, man?
Well, I was kind of upset that I thought I was blocking his expansion, and then I sent my SCV all the way home, and,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that
I'm
was
like, wait a
brilliant.
second, maybe he expanded at the gold, so I send it back over there. I see he expanded at the gold, and I'm like, okay, crap, I need to just like macro like crazy and just hang in for the long game and wall everything off. He's just gonna throw a bunch of junk at me early. I just need to survive that, and that's
And you
kind of
did.
what I did.
Yeah, and you were way ahead actually at a certain point. You had so much money. You had 102 SCVs at one point. The only thing you messed up on was you only had 4 factories when you had 12 command centers, you know. But you came back and you won. I'm not quite sure how that whole thing transpired, but you did come back and won, and that was an amazing game for you. That was really good. I definitely, you guys are gonna watch the VOD and you're gonna learn a lot. But you know the good things there you did, Frieden, on the Zerg game, the first Zerg game on that map. Like your mind game there was fantastic. You tricked them into thinking that you were trying to expand there. You know, you got your pool and
Tried to
gas
sell it,
really
man.
fast. You even sent your SCV to pretend that you wanted to to expand, and you got a lot of mining off of that. And then you spread creep, and then you destroyed the rocks. Like you did everything right. It was just really good game for you.
I
That
just
you
couldn't bring
lost.
it home, man. I
And
couldn't bring it
amazing, you
home.
lost. And then in game 3,
Yeah.
the one where I didn't think you played well, you won because he missed the spire on the scan. That's how crazy your games are, right? So what do you think, man?
I mean, so for me, that second game, once I felt like I sold that, like I successfully hit in the gold for a while. I thought I was way ahead. I was absolutely sure. I was like, all right. But then, and this kind of a trap that I usually like to do as a Terran player myself is, especially on that map, I just defend enough until the map is mined out, and then just let Zerg throw their army at me. And I knew this the whole time. I kept telling, okay, I need to make this count. I need to make everything count. I need to make these brood lords count. And I fell into that exact same trap. And knowing about it didn't help. I just couldn't bring it home. I did all the upgrades I could. I mean, I could have gone like lurkers, I guess. I didn't know what to do at that point. And I knew.
Oh, I remember.
And,
I know. You made infestors and you did this fungal stuff that really doesn't work on stuff.
Yeah.
Vipers would have been the better choice if you did that, or even just mass swarm host.
Yeah.
shelling at him.
Yeah, I mean, like I found because usually when I have infestors, I only do fungal. So I was like literally looking at the tooltip. I was like, okay, wait, what does this do? Oh, that's only for air units. And then I think it's the Vipers that do the cloud right on the ground.
Yep.
Like that
And then you can
reduces
abduct
range
the
and
the Taurus into your main army,
Click on
kill
that
it,
too,
run
yeah.
away, keep doing that, and he can't do anything. So until he has ghosts, right? To you.
Yeah.
But I think you can kind of figure out what you want to do. Just watch the VOD. But you're looking really good overall, though, compared to last season. You ran into Hurt in Time, who really could have won all 3 games, right? So he knows what to do to watch the VOD to see what could he have done differently. The first one, Hurt in Time, I'm gonna go back to game 1 with the TTs, right? Like, man, that was the only thing. Yeah, what happened there? Because me, if I see a Protoss that's all inning me, the first thing I think about is like, is there a Twilight? Okay, this is DT. That's what the first thing I always think about.
Yeah. So when I sent my scouting Reaper in there, I came. I saw him building some buildings, and then I came back a little bit later and saw he still didn't have an expansion. I'm like, oh crap! Here comes something. But for whatever reason, I thought that it was gonna be like air. Like what do you call those things? Disruptors.
Oh yeah.
Void Ray.
But yeah, Void Rays. Sorry, yeah, Void Rays.
Oh.
And but yeah, but I never saw his Dark Shrine. He's really good at hiding buildings, I've noticed.
I think it's half and half. We're gonna give him credit for really good at hiding buildings, but I'll tell you this, Certain Time, I think you're really good at not seeing it, because your Reaper saw the Twilight. You absolutely saw the Twilight, and then you had the wrong reads. Saw a Robo, so it's not possible for him to get a Stargate and Robo and all that stuff off of one base, right? And another thing is, if you thought it was Void Ray, then you'd need to make a turret anyway, right? So it's just a couple of decisions here or there that really kind of screwed you. Your mechanics are there. I think it's more like reading and just really looking, right? Because you can still see his base even though your Reaper died. You can see, oh, I saw a Twilight, right? And once you see that, boom, it's DT or Charge or something crazy, right? So anyway, dude, it's very minor stuff. You both can improve on your game. It was just fun to watch because we were guessing. Me and Seth were guessing each game. What's gonna happen here? Who's gonna win? And what the heck, right? It was wild.
I built 2 Hydras in that game too, like 2 Hydra dens. I was like, wait a minute, that was supposed to be.
I saw that. I'm like, why do they have 2 Hydra
Oh, I
dens?
thought you did that on purpose so you can get speed and range at the same time because you were rich.
It was supposed to be a spore colony, but then that's how I knew I was losing control. I was like fumbling with my fingers. I was like,
oh my gosh,
like, wait,
yeah.
Did I build a Baneling nest already and had like a second one somewhere else? I was like, okay, what am I doing here? Like I was all over the place, and I was like, okay, I need to bring it home. And I think that Hurt in Time's credit, he's like, at least he stays under control. I think he's like consistent, and I like I have to hit my peak to be able to
it was fun to watch for us. It was fun to cast, and then the mines were like killing so much stuff.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Steph, what do you think? I mean, it's hard to sum up that game. It was just chaotic.
No, I mean, like I said earlier, Frieden's forte is these sharp timing attacks, aggressive strategies, where he executed them to a T, right? The first one were DTs with the War Prism, and that came really early, right? There was no delay. That's why it was so successful. And then the second, game number 3, it was we were harping on the fact that, hey, it's only on 2 bases, but it was because it was really a 2-base muta optimized to get as many mutas as possible, and that's what won the game, right? So I think for future games, you just stick with what you're good at and your forte, which is these sharp timing attacks by Frieden, and that worked out well. And at the other side, Hurt in Time, I think he's, I've been saying this all season, he's very methodical, he does his thing well, that's his side. He just missed the scout to prepare for that sharp timing attack, and that happens.
Yeah.
You just gotta get better at scouting and reading what your opponent's doing, and sometimes you spend a scan to do so, just to save your butt, right? But
it happens to me a lot. It happens to me a lot. I need to get better at scouting. I scan too, but I scan the same places, it seems.
It was good though. I mean, look, you guys are just 1 or 2 mistakes away from taking the win.
Yeah, it was
This
really
time
close.
it went to Frieden, but it's I can't wait for you guys to play again. I hope to see you guys in the playoffs, see play each other again. But that was fun, guys. Any last words from either of you?
No,
I
good
mean,
games.
yeah, good game. That was fun. I look forward to it. I'm gonna go and look at the VOD
Yeah.
and learn from those. I always do. Thank you very much. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you guys' input all the time. So
Well,
thanks. Looking forward to a good
Frieden,
season.
your next game is next Wednesday, which is against KJ Freedom here. So what are you gonna do to
You're playing.
prepare?
That's right. We're playing. Let's see. I'm looking at the
Oh, I don't
schedule
know.
here right now. I'm
Wednesday.
sharing it on.
Yeah, I'll pray for not Zerg versus Zerg. That's for sure.
Well, I'm Terran.
He's
this
not playing
season.
Zerg.
I'm Terran. So my Terran is Diamond, so it should be pretty decent. So you gotta, and I usually lose to Zerg. So we'll see what happens here, on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward for that. That's not till Wednesday.
Yep.
I'm
And
looking at the schedule now. Yeah.
Yeah, and then following week, Wednesday again is Hurting Time's gonna be playing Instability. So that's gonna be exciting as well.
yeah, you got a lot
Hurting
of
Time
time.
needs to get a W here on the board, so he needs to prepare for that game against Instability.
February
On Wednesday or
16th.
Friday?
Oh, it's I said
February
Friday?
16th. You got a while.
Oh yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
No,
February.
it's actually Wednesday, February
Yeah.
16th. Yep.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday, and when we saw you play Instability last, I think you ended up winning. It was really close, so we'll see how you both have improved.
That's right. So looking forward to those games. This is gonna be an exciting season. Everybody's improved. Everybody in Code S is formidable, and it looks like a lot of them is gonna be 3 games for Code S games. So
Right. And next week, guys, we'll be back with on Wednesday, on Friday, not next week, this coming Friday. 2 days from now, it's Blind leading the Deaf on 2v2 versus Little Dom. And then Criminal versus Deepu. Criminal is back. Another Terran. And then Instability versus Sir Maligan, a PB. So that's what we got coming up for the next week.
yeah,
Or
and
next
then you know
2
what?
days.
While you're in that Google sheet, you can go to the tab standings, so we can take a look.
Oh
at
yeah, let's
where
take a
we
look at the
stand.
standings right now. So 2v2, Purifiers and GG Izzy 1-0. Little Dom, which is me and Little Reaper. 0-1, 0-1 with Benzel.
That's right.
And then
That's-
what are we looking at here for Code B? Code B, it looks like
Fenrir and Kitty Cat are ahead. 3 make it to the playoffs.
Yep.
And then Code A, we've got Mighty Ant, Little Reaper, and The Archaic leading the charge with a mind game by Mighty Ant. I was really impressed with that game that he had.
That's true. Yeah, I remember that. And then for Code S, hey, I'm 1-0. Dark Menace 1-0, and then Frieden is 1-0. Mizel and Hurting Time taking the losses, but it's a long season. So, all right. Well, that'll do it for tonight, guys. Just to wrap it up tonight, Code B, Fenrir, losing 1-2 versus Cloak, right? Oh no, wait, he won 2-0. Never mind, 2-0 versus Cloak. The Archaic 2-1 versus Cyan, and here Frieden 2-1. Very close match. Here with Hurting Time. All right, guys. Good luck for your next games, and let us know if you need some observer replay analysis, things like that. Fun watching you guys as usual. Any final words, you guys?
Good games. That was fun.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to a good season. Thanks,
All right, guys. GG's. All right, well, that'll do it for these guys. Seth?
No, awesome games tonight. Looking forward to some more awesome games on Friday. Hope to see you guys then. GG's.
GG's, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.
Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die you cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For ire.